Hola, yuppie, everybody. Good evening. Good night. I hope everyone's doing well. And sorry that I'm starting off sounding kind of more quiet than usual. I have a pretty busted throat, so I kind of have to pay attention to how loud I am. Hold up. Maybe it'll help if I turn down the volume of the game a little bit on my headphones. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to be continuing today with episode 4. And for our usual recap, before I continue was Lambda... Wait, hold on. That was episode 3, Tea Party. Anyway, we saw last time a peek to the future in which we see an adult Anji, so not really adult, a high schooler Anji, after the murders at Rokenjima, and she joins Beato's current game board to try to solve the mystery. Also, Kiria's sister was trying to chase her, and now she is running away from people who want her fortune that Eva left her with after she died. And without further ado, let's continue. But just a quick PSA, especially for everybody who's here right now on the stream or who is watching this VOD on YouTube. Be aware, because of my throat inflammation, so I went to see a doctor today, and my throat is pretty badly inflamed and super busted. So after this stream, or rather VOD, I will be taking a stream break and resting my throat for the time being. Or at least if I stream, then it's gonna be stuff that's not gonna be much talking. So sadly this includes Umineko. I won't be able to read much of it for the next few weeks. I have my checkup in April, and maybe until then my throat is better enough so that I can read frequently again, but it's possible that I'm gonna have to start paying attention to how I read Umineko anyway, and to maybe put my reactions down a notch so that I don't yell a lot and bust my throat more, especially today. So yeah, now that I have this disclaimer out of the way, now let's continue. Oh wait, I forgot to remove my tablet. Hold up. My headphones are a bit loud. Okay, let's go.
So, arigato.
Jesus, immediately starting today with tense music. Final boss music.
残念よ、おこのぎ。これがあなたのお返事だということでよろしいかしら？
逃がしたのはあんたのヘマだ。
He's right.
俺の知ったこっちゃないね。
あなたにもぜひ今度お抹茶をご馳走したいわね。
What, with poison?
京都においでの際にはぜひお立ち寄りなさいな。行くわよ。
That sounded more like a threat than an offer, TBH.
お茶漬けでも食っていけばいいのに。
Oh yeah, milady, I see. With her back still facing Okonogi, she laughed softly, but with an increasing shrill and hateful tone, using that as a substitute for a sharp parting remark. Just as she stopped laughing, her features suddenly changed to look like a demon's. Jesus fuck. But because her face was facing him, Okonogi couldn't see that expression. Okonogi watched her go, laughing coolly. His secretary whispered over his shoulder.
よろしいのですか？
Maybe I'll turn my microphone volume a little bit up since I have to be so quiet today. Oops.
エンジェお嬢様は我が社の筆頭株主です。
スマデラ家が後見人になれば。
知ってる。だがな、うちも天下の後ろ宮だ。舐められてたまるかってんだ。しかしあいつうまく立ち回ってくれたようだな。
Okonogi is worried about the stonks.
あとはエンジちゃんの好きにさせるさ。
He has the sprite for the stonks meme, so
天
it
草
works.
霞様、逃走車両はレンタル、提示した免許証は偽装とのこと。明らかにプロです。おそらく車両は放棄するでしょう。
That's
追跡
likely.
は困難です。警察に追わせますか。
そうね。家出娘の捜索願いでも出そうかしら。
Runaway
税
daughter.
金を納めてるんだもの。警察にもたまには役に立ってもらわなきゃ。母上に私にお任せをと単価を切ってお屋敷を出てきたんですよ。あなた、私にさらに恥をかかせるおつもり？あんたらまとめてお抹茶を振る舞った方が良さそうね。
Yep, pretty much a threat.
地下のお茶室は狭いから順番待ちの行列になっちゃうかしら。
Jesus. Sounds like something the Sonozakis could say.
全力で捜索します。
ああ、本当に可愛い子ね。姉さんに本当にそっくり。自分勝手で自由奔放なあたりが本当にそっくり。ああ、もう姉さんにしか見えなくなってきたわ。本当に楽しみよ。姉さんの娘をお茶室にお招きできるなんてね。
Suspicious. Yes, invite her for some tea and then pull off some nails, I see. I see how it is. There's the
動
baby.
きが早かったわね。私、おこのぎさんに売られた？
ご冗談を。俺のクライアントですぜ。お嬢を売ったなら俺を雇ったりはしませんぜ。
それもそうね。
ああ、だから3階でエレベーターを降りたんですか。
地下駐車場に車が待ってるなんて手際が妙に良すぎたから、おこのぎさんに売られたかもしれないって思って。駐車場に待ち伏せがいたかどうかは今となっては証明不能だけどね。
なるほどね。社長め、気の毒に。お嬢に信用されてないらしい。
I mean, it's difficult to trust anyone when you've grown up like how Anji
そ
did.
の地下の車って俺のことです。
Mireille, you are so mean. That car was mine.
天草のことだったの？
着いたエレベーターが空だったんで焦りましたぜ。連中の無線を盗聴できてなきゃ今頃どうなってたやら。
つまり何？私が素直におこのぎさんを信じて
You're
駐
the
車場に行ってれば、私は3階から飛び降りるなんて真似する必要もなかったってこと？
そうなりますな。ま、結果オーライですがね。
Luffy, my cat came to join me. What the hell? If I hadn't suspected President Okonogi, I could have easily escaped without getting caught in a tough spot. President Okonogi might have sold me out. No, since Paranoia told me that it was better to assume that he'd sold me out, I suppose and concluded that he sold me out. Because of my inability to believe in him regardless of his truth, my truth became he sold me out. I thought back on President Okonogi's words. Can you really call truth without certainty truth? Truth can change completely depending on whether you have love or not. In the end, perhaps truth itself doesn't exist. There are as many interpreted truths as there are people who speak of the truth. If I can't accept something that fluid as truth, where does the truth that I really want to find exist? And is it something I'll be able to see with my eyes? Even if someone sticks the truth right there in front of me and says it's the truth, I might not be able to see it. Without love, it cannot be seen. Oh, there it is! She beat me to it. Oh, what's this?
あなたのかけらは随分と賑やかね。
Oh, Nana, hello. Hi, thank you for the raid. Oh, hello, everybody. How you doing? How you doing? Did you have a good stream? I didn't see you were streaming until just you raided me. Hi. Hi, both of you. Oh, how you doing? What were you streaming?
退屈しないわ。
あなたは言ったわ。12年前の真実を探れと。私でもなんだかわからなくなってしまった。
I was streaming Flappy Dragon. Oh, that sounds cute. I haven't heard of that game before.
何が？
真実って何？
Silly little mobile game. I should probably check out the VOD later. I'm curious about it.
人の数だけ真実がある。人の数だけ解釈がある。そしてそれは主観によって歪められ、いくらでも姿を変える。真実ってものはそんなにも不定形であやふやなものなの？
そうよ。真実は不定形。
Truth isn't fixed, okay.
波のようでもある。相反する形状を同時に持つ。箱の中の猫が生きていると思うが死んでいると思うが自由。
I asked the Schrödinger's cat again.
真実はとても繊細。それは観測されただけで姿を変えてしまうの。
シュレディンガーの猫箱とかいう話？寝言よ。箱を開ければ真実が
Dang it, Anji, that's like the second time you predicted what I was going to say.
机上の空論もいいところ。
そうね。にもかかわらず、その空論を否定するには箱を開ける必要がある。開けられない箱の中身についてのあらゆる想像は否定不能。
Oh man, okay, so for everyone who just came into the stream and doesn't know what this is about, I'm reading Umineko right now, Umineko when they cry. And the shortest description I can give is it's a murder mystery fantasy in which a MILF witch bullies people.
そう。真実は観測されない限り。
The MILF witch in question is not here yet. She hasn't appeared in this specific scene yet. MILF witch, yeah, she's the one who's in my scream stepping on Jiren as we speak. That's the MILF witch. Her name is Beato, or more like Beatrice.
無限の想像はそれらが互いに矛盾していたとしても
I love her and she is the best.
同時に真実として存在できる。
I hope she shows up in the stream because after today's stream, I'm gonna have to go on a stream break because I went to a throat doctor today and he said, your throat is super busted. You're gonna have to shut up for like a few weeks.
家族みんなが六軒島の魔女に囚われて永遠に12年前に閉じ込められているというめちゃくちゃな話すら。
I'll probably have to be like on a stream break for 2-3-ish weeks. Or if I stream, I'm gonna have to do stuff that doesn't involve much reading, which sadly will include Umineko because there's a lot of reading in
12年
here.
前に何があったかわからない限り真実として存在できる。
ベアトリーチェという魔女は12年前の六軒島に無限の想像の余地をこじ開け、そこを猫箱として全てを飲み込んだ。
Ah yes, put the whole ass island into a whole box.
開かれぬ箱の
Just shove
中
it in
の
there.
全ては真実。
In the Amazon Prime box. That's right. We don't know what happened on that island, so it becomes endless.
閉まったままならね、私がこじ開ければいいだけの話。でもその箱は12年前に閉じられ、どこにあるのかもわからない。仮に六軒島に訪れたとしても、私は荒れ果てた島で12年前の何を知ることができるというの？
さあ。
Alright, and how this mystery is played out, so how it's handled. So basically it's kind of in a loop ish game board in which this murder mystery repeats each chapter and plays out differently in each chapter. And our main character, Battler, who's not on screen right now, is basically fighting Beatrice in trying to prove that witches are not real and trying to unravel the mystery of the murder in this specific island on screen. While Beato is basically fighting on a side in which to prove herself that that she exists and that witches and magic is real.
何を知ることができるのかしら。
And all of this goes on in a metaphorical chessboard. It's amazing.
いずれにせよそれは1998
100 recommend this visual novel. It's chef's kiss.
自由に闊歩できる。最後の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしかできないことよ。
I just noticed Jiren under the MILF witch. Yes, exactly. Truly a power play. Jiren deserves to be stepped on.
ベアトリー
But
チェのゲーム
stepped on in a not sexy way, in the humiliating way.
10月4日から5日の2日間。つまりそれはあなたが彼女のゲーム版の外へ自在に動ける駒だということ。そしてベアトリーチェですらこのゲーム版を超えた未来へは干渉できない。
そうやって言われると
Oh, your birthday.
か
Oh
なり
no!
優秀でずるい駒だわ。
Your birthday is during the murders of Rokkenjima? That's rough.
あなたが身を置く
Actually, that's pretty
12
cool.
年後という未来は確かに遠いわ。しかし駒は未来に位置すれば位置するほど強い力を持つの。
Okay, that's an interesting mechanic.
真実は観測されると姿を変えると。
そういえばこんな話を聞いたことがあるわ。
Okay.
ある日突然ケンタウルス座の恒星が爆発してしまっても、その爆発の光が地球に届くには 4.4 光年だから4年半の月日が必要になる。
Are we talking about asteroids
つ
now?
まりケンタウルスの太陽がすでになくなっているとしても、地球人は4年半の間その事実を知覚できない。
What's the Centaurus
誰よ
star?
り早く知
Help!
覚する手段
I'm not good in
存
astronomy.
在しないのだから。
When we learn that the sun in Centaurus has exploded, we Earth people will paint over our history of 4.5 years ago with a new truth. We will revise history with a new fact, that it exploded 4.5 years ago. However, for the 4.5 year period until we learn that, despite the fact that it has already died, the mistaken truth that the sun of Centaurus still exists will be able to exist as truth. Isn't Centaurus a galaxy? I think so. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not well versed in astronomy. The truth of the future wins against the truth of the past. Kinda, yes.
そうよ。もともと六軒島の事故はただそれだけならば。
Not galaxy, I meant constellation. I think it is a whole constellation,
エヴァおば
yes.
さんと後ろ宮家の財産をめぐる陰謀疑惑でしかなかった。しかしそれが後年オカルトによって脚色され、陰謀は魔女伝説として塗り替えられる。
Yes, the legend of the MILF witch. There she is! Even though it was clambered over as a conspiracy at the time of the crime. Later on, strange occult theories which claimed that it was the work of the witch ran rampant and began to paint over the truth of October 5, 1986. The conspiracy theories will probably be forgotten over time, and only the more bizarre, impressive witch theory will continue to remain the superstition, eventually covering up the conspiracies.
そう、恒星爆発の光が地球に届くまでの間の虚偽の真実が陰謀説という人間説だったかのよう。
If it is, each point is a sun, so which sun do they mean? Maybe they mean every single one of them.
数年後に漂着した手紙入りのワインボトル、メッセージボトルがそれをオカルト説という魔女説に遡って塗り替え始めた。
Oh, wait, did I catch it right? The wine bottle? Okay, never mind. I thought she was talking about,
魔女なんて1986年の時点では存在しなかった。
okay, do
その
tell.
数年後にメッセージボトルによって 私たち未来の人間に観測されたから魔女が六軒島を支配した。
Message for... Oh my god, is she referring to Maria's letter from the end of episode 1?
少し修正が必要よ。
It would make
1986
sense.
年の時点でも、無限に存在できるあまたの可能性の中の一つとしてね。
確かに観測されたら消えてしまう。猫箱の中に縮こまってね。だからメッセージボトルは悪質なのよ。
You are not allowed to perceive the MILF witch, otherwise she
魔女は
disappears.
箱の外に出ようとした。自らを観測させて魔女説以外の可能性を淘汰した。つまり自らを否定できないように魔女説以外の全ての可能性を否定したということ。なんてこと。つまりベアトリーチェは悪魔の証明を成功法で成し遂げたのよ。そしてそれは初めから魔女の計画に組み込まれていた。
メッセージボトルは1986年より未来に観測される情報ね。
I wonder if this is really about Maria's
バトルは
message.
観測できない。
Mm-hmm.
エンジェ・ベアトリーチェにしか観測できない。
Is it because they both don't exist in this timeline? This is... I'm scared.
ことなんて調べたくなかった。
Satisfying the devil's proof with a frontal attack sounds kinda hot, not gonna lie. It does, doesn't it, when listening out of
だって
context?
それを読むことは魔女の言い分を聞くのに同じ。
I'm gonna show you my devil's proof.
魔女説なんて
Are you
無視している
ready?
私には時間の無駄でしかないと思ってた。でもおこのぎさんに言われたわ。
Ah yes, the stonks man.
片方の目だけじゃ物事を立体的に見られないって。
魔女否定の視点と同時に魔女肯定の視点も必要ということ。それは正しい考え方よ。
I'm still not over the suit that Okonogi wears. It's just a horrible color combination. I just have to show it to the chat. Hold up. Where was it? Tips. Right. Tell me that lime green tie just fucks me up. It just looks badly coordinated. I don't like it. Make it at least white or cream or something, but lime green, please no.
視点の数は分母に同じ。視点の数が1では分子である謎はわずかほども減らない。しかし視点の数が増えれば増えるほど謎は割り算されていく。
I thought there were bells outside, but it's from the game. It's from the
事
visual
件の数
novel.
年後、近隣の島に流れ着いたメッセージボトル。それは神塚の手に渡った。アポイントは一応取ってあるの。
Okay. I was able to hear Aunt Eva say from Okonogi-san. Next up is the witch's say. Why don't I listen to Beatrice's say? Are we gonna go to back to the game board room? Please? I wanna see Beato once before I have to go on my Umineko week-long break. Please, the chat has to witness this woman. The first day, October 4th. Let's go! Oh no, we're going back to the past. I see. To the next game board.
3ヶ月。南條先生がそうおっしゃったのは去年の話よ。
This isn't the Beato, the MILF witch I was talking about, but this is another MILF, so enjoy.
私はその時の健康状態から総合的に判断してお話ししているだけです。その結果、今年もたまたま
年を越せるかも怪しいってことになってる親父殿は今も生き健康でオカルト研究に没頭されてるというわけだ。
So many MILFs. Yes, Umineko is full of DILFs, GILFs, and MILFs. The whole murder mystery that takes place in this island is all owned by this one rich family, the Ushiromiyas, and we have a set of 4 parents who are constantly fighting over the inheritance of the grandpa, Kinzo, who is a simp.
それでも余命3ヶ月ってわけかい、先生。
ですから、金蔵さんの。
They're currently talking about Kinzo, the simp that I mentioned.
敬愛する親父殿がまだお元気でおられるなら素晴らしいことじゃないか。
If by high spirits, Kraus, you mean him yelling Beatrice's name constantly while crying and drinking absinthe, yeah, sure, that's high spirits indeed.
お前たちは親父殿に挨拶がしたくて仕方がない。
Oh yes, also this family has a beef with one another. They are rich people who are kinda assholes, but complicated people at the same time. But they go constantly at each other's throats.
なので会ってもらえないので納得がいかないと。
And the kids are like,
そうい
geez,
うわけだ。
our parents are mean.
日も沈まぬうちから遺産分配の川山用を始める皆さんのことを思えば、
And there's another MILF
お
chat.
父様の会いたくないという気持ちも分かろうというものです。
I love Natsu. She's relatable.
それは誤解よ、夏姫さん。
MILF 3.
ただ私たちは
親父とて不死身じゃねえ。死ねと言ってるんじゃない。いつかは死ぬと言ってるだけさ。
Probably.
それに備えての話し合いだってだけの話じゃねえか。
それが不敬だと言っているのです。
よしなさい。また君の頭痛に触る。
Man, the poor lady. I feel so bad for Natsu. She has to deal with this family conference every year, and she gets constant headaches from stress, and the family conference just wrecked the shit out of her. Kraus told Natsu he had risen from her chair in agitation to sit down. Trying to smooth over the atmosphere, which had suddenly become filled with suspicion, Hideyoshi put on a forced smile and motioned for everyone to calm down.
夏日さん、誤解せんといてや。
I love Hideyoshi. He's a cozy man.
ことわざがあるやろ。これはその見送る側の話や。やがては必ず旅立つお父さんをきれいに見送るための相談なんやで。
さすが秀吉さんだ。
Cozy man. Yes, he has a soft belly too. And what was it again? He owns restaurants or something?
同じ話をするにしても実に知性的だ。
そうよ。
And he's married to Eva.
兄さんと違ってね。
They are both very wholesome together.
よせやい。話が進まねえ。それでだな、兄貴。俺たちは遺産の話云々は抜きにしてもだ。
Okay, but when will they show Kirie? Because everybody has to see Kirie. She too is amazing. I love her so much.
親父に直接会って挨拶がしてんだ。親父が嫌だと言ってもだ。書斎に閉じこもってるなら、源氏さんに鍵を借りてでもな。
Just bust down the door instead.
Rosa.
Though I think the siblings wouldn't want that because Kinzo has a track record of being a horrible little grandfather. Sorry,
ま
father.
あその無理やりってわけじゃないけれどだってかなり長い間私たちはお父様にご挨拶していない。余命わずかだというならもう二度と会えなくなる可能性だってある。今日がお父様と言葉が交わせるかもしれない最後の機会で。
そうそう、ローザの言う通りよ。
We gotta talk to him, please. We gotta get the
余命
money.
3ヶ月ってことはいつ亡くなってもおかしくないってことなのよ。それなのに私たちに最後のお話をする権利さえないというの？それはいくらなんでもあんまりな話じゃないのかしら。
A mullet?
あなたたちのしたい話というのが本当に挨拶なら、お父様もしかしお父様は皆さんがどのような不敬な話に及んでいるかすでに聞き及んでおいでです。お父様でなくとも会いたい気持ちになるわけがない。お父様がお会いになられないのは他でもない、皆さん自身のせいではありませんか？
まったくだな。どうして親父殿がお前たちの顔を見るのも嫌か。自分の胸に手を当てずともわかるのではないかね。
It's okay, younger siblings, brothers and sisters. Dad doesn't want to see me too!
親父殿は諸君らの逼迫している経済状況もすべてお見通しだ。
それ、何の話よ。兄さんが何の話をしてるのかさっぱりだわ。
私が諸君らの内情を知らないとでも思っているのかね。
Man, I swear to God. Eva and the rest realized that he had seen through to their current lack of funds, and alternating between bluffing and returning to the point at hand and arguing back, they repeatedly pressed Kraus to let them meet with Kinzo. The sweet smell of the black tea Rosa had gone out of her way to buy had been completely wasted. Shit, that sucks. The only thing she was glad about now was that the children weren't here for this. The fact that they'd gone to play at the beach right after lunch had been their only salvation. Ah, the kids, is it time? No, it isn't. I wanted to see the kids. I'm loving this composition of sprites. We have Eva and Hideyoshi looking like they're gonna lose their shit, and Kraus is like being a smug bastard. Eva made a zoe to tackle Kraus, and Hideyoshi and Kiria cut in between them, trying to calm both sides. Oh yeah, they were throwing hands! Then Kiria took a deep breath and spoke. Finally, please show her.
ごめんなさいね、クラウス兄さん。
Chat, behold this woman. She is gorgeous.
一言いいかしら。提案があるの。
なんだね。
And she is one hell of a girl boss. I love her.
まず、うちの人も含めてなんだけれど、私たちは長年、お父さんと一緒に暮らして、そのお世話をしてきたクラウス兄さんの苦労をあまりにも軽んじているわ。
Out of all the parents in this gathering, she is my favorite mom.
そうでしょ？
そりゃまあ、俺たちは外に出て気楽でいいが、何十年もおもりをしてきた兄貴は、そりゃ苦労はしたろうな。それは認めるが、それが何だってんだ、キリエ。
私たちはクラウス兄さんがお父さんの世話人であることを認めざるを得ないのよ。
Kiria is also the one with the best brain in this household. Okay, after Eva and Rosa, those three ladies are the brain carriers in this
私た
family.
ちはお父さんをずっと恐れてきて、その世話をクラウス兄さんに押し付けてきたわ。その苦労は誰もが認めるはず。
This whole story is carried by the ladies, and I love this.
ですよね、エヴァ姉さん。
だからそれが何？兄さんがお父様の世話に？あんた、部外者のくせに勝手なこと決めないでよ。
まあキリエさん、あんた何の話をしてるんだ？
キリエ、続けてくれ。
Yes, continue. Go on.
私たちはクラウス兄さんと夏日姉さんにもっと感謝すべきなのよ。いつもお父さんの世話をしてくれてありがとうって。
By taking care, if you mean Kraus getting constantly yelled at, sure.
私たちにその感謝の気持ちがないからこんな不毛なすれ違いになるの。
But to be fair, Kraus is kind of an asshole.
そうでしょ、クラウス兄さん。
ほう、これは驚いたね。実の兄弟たちにも顧みられなかった私たちの苦労が、まさかキリエさんに理解してもらえるとは思わなかったよ。
Listening to Kinzo's tantrums is already hard enough. Yeah, I do at least agree with those
後手
efforts.
継ぎとして当然の務めです。そうね、当主後継ぎとしての責任よね。お父様を世話しているからこそ当主後継ぎとして私たちは認めざるを得ない。
あんた、
Oh yeah, she's probably rubbing salt into
何
Eva's
を勝手
wound.
に話を進めてんのよ。
Eva wants to be the next family successor, so this is a sore spot for her. She literally didn't only get the next family headship because Kinzo is an asshole.
あんた部外者の分際で。
He was like, no, I have to give it to my oldest son and not my smartest daughter.
待て、姉貴。そうだね。
Or at least not as openly. Oh yes, hell.
キリエの言う通りだ。親父の世話をしているからこそ兄貴は後継ぎなんだ。お前の言う通りだ。
I wish I had a 3D model or at least riggable arms because I was just T-posing while doing the Kinzo impression. Rosa noticed, and then Eva did. Eva's sparking demeanor towards Kie for advancing the discussion on her own disappeared in a flash, and she instead stared at Kraus and Natsi. Natsi couldn't understand that sudden change and was slightly flustered.
クラウス兄さん、ほんのいくつかの条件さえ飲んでくれれば、私たちはお父さんが亡くなるまで二度と会わせろとは言わないわ。もちろん
Which is?
死に目に合わせろとも言わない。なんならお葬式にさえ欠席してもいいわ。
Is she going to spring like, money, give me money? If you pay me 80k yen, I won't speak of father ever again.
話やら。だが、一応は聞こうじゃないか。その条件を言ってみたまえ。
一つ、当主後継ぎとは、現当主、後宮金蔵の世話人を指す。
それから
And then, yeah.
一つ、世話人の責務は、後宮金蔵の終生の世話をすること。早い話が、最後を見とるまでが仕事ってことね。クラウス兄さんには、元よりその覚悟はあるから問題はない。
Okay, what is she planning? I'm curious.
そこまでの条件には何の依存もないんで、元より私が実行していることだ。
一つ、世話人が万一その監督責任を怠った場合、世話人の権利は剥奪される。
Oh shit! Oh shit, Kitty is playing the Galaxy Brain move here. So for context, for those who don't know, Kinzo doesn't like any of his children and he doesn't let anyone into his room except for the servants. So this means that Kraus, who is supposed to be his caretaker, and his wife don't get access to the room, which means they don't get to take care of him. Kitty is playing 4D chess right now. I love this woman. With that sentence, all slack disappeared from Kraus' face. Natsi alone was still having trouble figuring out what it meant.
ほう。世話人の監督責任とはどんなものかね。
お父さんが寿命の限りを健やかに過ごせるよう監督するということよ。
Oh, he's chugging absinthe.
もっと詳細に言うわ。お父さんが自然死以外の理由で死亡した場合、世話人の権利は剥奪され、当主後継ぎの権利を失う。
Oh, that's almost completely
その際の
guaranteed.
当主後継ぎには、次の序列であるエバネーサを選ぶこと。
なんですって？そんなよまいごと、よくもシャーシャーと。
And there goes Natsuki floating up into the lamp in anger. The proposition was so absurd, Natsuki just went up to the lamp like, whoop!
これは世話人は責任重大だ。しかし人の死因はあまたある。例えば老衰した老人が食事を喉に詰まらせて亡くなることもあるだろう。本来ならそれもまた講義の意味での老死となるに違いない。
He kind of has a point, but it's kind of a loophole as
しかし
well.
その論法でいくと、これは自己死になる。これは私にとって不当に不利な話だ。
Is it?
そんなへりくつをつけるつもりは毛頭ないの。私が想定しているのは、世話人がしっかり世話をして見張っていれば未然に防げた程度のレベル。食事を口に運ぶところまでは世話人の仕事でしょうけれど、飲み込むことに関してはさすがに責任外。
But whether the caretaker allows him to drink alcohol in the purest form in absinthe, yeah, that's different.
クラウス兄さんのケースでは、私は全く問題にしないわ。
ほう。ならば、キリエさんが想定する世話人が過失を問われるケースとはどのようなものなのか。
例えば、失踪よ。
Oh? Okay.
ほう。
お父さんは今はお心もしっかりしているようだけれど、いつまともな思考や判断力が失われたって不思議じゃない。
I can't imagine where he could disappear too.
目を離した隙に徘徊して何か事故を起こしたり、あるいはふらりと森に迷い込んでそのまま行方不明になってしまうこともあるかもしれないわ。
Okay, so we know for a fact that Kinzo does have a tendency to just up and disappear according to the first game.
こういうケースは明らかに世話人の責任じゃないかしら。
お父様はお心も健康でいらっしゃいます。
No, it isn't.
ユニコと書いて、なんてこと。
His mind is only Beato, head empty, only Beato.
お父さんがある日突然森の中に入っていくのを見た。後を追ったけれど姿が見えない。警察も呼んで探したけれど、その後7年間探しても見つからなくて失踪宣告。それをもって死亡扱いというのは認められないって言いたいの。
Ah, okay, now I get it.
お父さんが亡くなられた際には必ず検視を行い、
So basically murder also counts, right? It's
常識の
not a
範囲内で
natural
想定
death.
される一般的な老死であることを確認すること。それ以外のあらゆる理由によっての死は世話人の責任とすること。ね。
Oh, for a murder mystery that we have looped at least 3 times now, this is surely going to be the best
今日まで
strategy.
クラウス兄さんがご苦労なされてきたことの範囲内。おかしな条件でも何でもないでしょ。
バカにしています。屈辱的です。なぜ主人がこのような恥ずかしめを受けるようなルールを強要されなければならないのか、理解に苦しみます。
私実は去年から疑ってるわ。
Oh?
いいえ、多分ここにいるみんなもそう。エヴァ姉さんも秀吉兄さんも
Her and
ルド
Rudolph
ルフ
too.
さんもローザさんもみんなずっと疑ってるけど、あまりに恐れ多い想像で口にしなかっただけ。
Probably because Nazi and Kraus wouldn't take it kindly. Nazi especially
な
wouldn't.
るほど。お前たちはこう言いたいのかね。
Considering that the only person in this room that Kinzo likes is in fact Natsuhi, that probably is especially insulting to her.
親父殿はもうすでに死んでいて、私がそれを隠しているのだと。
Oh, there's Battler. Here's our main character. He's the one who's playing metaphorical chess with Beato for 3 episodes now. This is the 4th one.
これは前回のゲームの最後の謎を解く鍵として考えた。俺の一つの
前回最後の南條先生を殺したのは誰かという謎のこと。
そうだ。確かに。
What a name! Yes, all the names in this visual novel are pretty interesting. Everybody in this family has normal names like Kraus, Nazi, Jessica. That's one family. Then we have Eva, Hideyoshi, and George, second family. Then we have Rosa and Maria. The dad we don't know. He disappeared, ran away like some bitch. And then we have Kirie, Rudolph, normal names, and then we have Anji and Battler.
18人全員の名前を挙げて生死を宣言し、それ以上の人間は存在しないと言い切ってみせた。
We can tell from this that Kirie and Rudolph are the fun parents in this house. At least in part.
だが、この仮説ならその感激を縫える。
Went to get cigarettes and never came back. Sounds like something Rosa's ex-husband could do.
なるほど。その2つを矛盾させない回答の一つというわけね。なるほど。
俺の言ってる意味がわかるのか。お前、なかなか察しがいいじゃねえか。説明が省けて助かるぜ。
この島に19人目は存在しない。
Yeah, that's been confirmed in the
に
previous
もかかわら
episode.
ず、未知の新人物 X が混じりうるからくり。つまり、18名全員の名前と在当者18人が一致しなければいい。
Okay. What does this mean?
そういうことさ。魔女は赤で18人の名前を次々に挙げ、生死を宣言した。さらにその上、島には18人を超える人間はいないとも宣言したわけだ。ここには一つの錯覚があった。
So the whole point of this is Batter has to solve the murder mystery by proving that no magic or a witch was involved. So like a normal ass real life murder mystery in which he has to find the culprit. While Beato just has to prove, no man, I exist, I did this shit, I kill people for fun. It wasn't guaranteed that the 18 names of people, the 18 people of this island, okay, equals the 18 people of on the island.
18人の名前をすべて挙げて、その生死を宣言するとき、犯人 X の名を伏せ、代わりにこの島にいない人間の名前を混ぜる。
Okay.
そうすれば犯人は、島にいるにもかかわらず、18人の生死リストからは逃れることができる。
We do know for a fact that Kuwadorian, so like, there has been a real Beatrice, but she died in the past.
混ぜられた人物は、
So she would be included in this list of dead
在当者の
people.
足し算には加わらない。よって、在当者18人の人数の中に加わりながらも、名前が登場しないことが可能。2つの赤字宣言は、それぞれが単独なんだから。この仮説は矛盾しないんだ。
Okay.
その犯人の名をごまかすために使う人物名にはいくつかの条件があるわ。まず、在当していないにもかかわらず、私たちが在当していると信じている人物。そうでなくては騙せない。そして、その人物は死んでいることが好ましい。
So, the real Beato who
なぜなら
died.
死ほど完璧なアリバイは存在しない。あの時点での謎は18人全員が犯行不能であることに立脚しているのだから。そんなところ？
ああ、そうさ。
Yeah,
そ
that's
して
it.
その人物がまさにじい様なんだ。
Grandfather,
今キリ
okay.
エさんが言わんとしていることはただ一つ。実は部屋に閉じこもってて誰にも会わないと言っていることになっているが。
Oh, is this? Oh, are they gonna do what I'm thinking they're gonna do?
クラウスおじさんがそれを生きてると嘘をついてる可能性があるってことなんだ。
Ah. I mean, in the previous episodes we did see Kinzo, but he completely disappeared in episode 1 for no reason whatsoever, so I'm starting to wonder what exactly this means. That's right. Grandfather was closed up in his room the whole time and no one saw his face. Maybe he was already dead, and Uncle Kraus and the others were conspiring together, trying to trick everyone.
金蔵が死ねば遺産分配が発生する。しかし、金蔵が死ななければ、いえ、金蔵が死んでも、それを告知しなければ、遺産分配は発生しない。
I
つ
see.
まりクラウスおじさんはじい様の財産をすべて独占できる。そうさ、動機は十分なんだ。
I think another reason that something else that I keep forgetting is that Umineko has a lot of things going on with unreliable narrator and stuff like that, so it's not so easy to solve the mysteries. Maybe a 19-person X doesn't exist on this island, but a person X existed. And that person was the 18th person.
つまりこの島の本来の人数は18人じゃなく17人だったんだ。そこに未知の人物 X が隠れ潜んでいて犯行を行ったんだ。どうだベアト。
There were originally 17 people on this island, not 18. That's an
出て
interesting...
こい。前回の最後の最大の謎は今解けたぞ。
Oh, she's coming! Yes! My beloved! As Batter claimed that forcefully, the crisp sound of clapping out of nowhere, and their surroundings turned bright, becoming the usual witch's tea room. I love her so much!
ブラ ブラボー。そなたごとき無能にしてはようやくの感は否めぬが、とにもかくにも一つの回答を出してみせた。思考停止ならコンクリートの
All out she coming indeed.
つまりそなたはようやく今、ようやく知性ある存在に進化できたわけだ。
Even a lump of concrete can stop thinking. Damn. Is that a JoJo reference?
ただ涙を流
No, it's not. It came before
鏡しなが
JoJo.
らわら
I
わ
know
の
it.
靴を舐めるだけの存在からようやく一歩を踏み出したと言えようぜ。
No, yeah, no, JoJo did come out before Umineko.
こんなくだらない言葉遊びで前回は翻弄されてたとはな。
I just say that because Umineko does make references to actual shows that exist in real life.
俺も自分の情けなさに腹が立つ。
My lameness pisses even me off. Amazing.
さあベアト、副賞要求だ。
Me too, Battler. My lameness pisses me off too.
在当者18人の中に G 様は
But I'm less lame, so.
宣言できるものならやってみろ。ああ、できやしねえさ。
Let's see what you'll
す
say.
でに死んでるんだからな。てめえのまやかしはこれで終わりだ。
Yeah, but then you have to figure out who this 18 person is. Right?
さてどうしたものか。赤き真実にて一刀両断に叩き割ってやろうか。いやいや、わざとここはじらして保留するのも良いかもしれぬ。突き落とすならより高みに誘ってからの方が面白いというもの。
If I'm gonna kill you, I might as well kill you harder. Is basically what she's saying. As Beata sneered obnoxiously, she looked like she was searching for an expression that would tick me off even more. As though she was saying that the answer I'd reached was impossibly ridiculous. Compared to me, annoyed as I was with the witch's attitude, Gretel had a blank and composed expression on her face. Oh yeah, Battler doesn't know that this is Anji, by the way. That's why he's calling her Gretel. Almost as though she'd expected the witch to act that way.
なるほど。バトラが学んで成長するように、魔女も学んで成長するのね。
It makes sense, though.
どうしたよベアト。
She has to learn new tech how to bully Battler.
もったいぶるんじゃねえ。苦笑できるってのかよ。こさえろ。
よしなさい、バトラ。魔女は安易に答えないわ。
Nope.
自らが利すると思わない限りね。
何？どういうことだ？
She will hold off telling you until the information benefits her, is what she's saying. It's not that hard.
あなたが赤き真実とやらで翻弄されていたから、魔女は何度もそれを繰り出してきた。でも、今や状況は違う。あなたは赤き真実を誘い出し、むしろそれを武器に使っているわ。そんな状況で、魔女がみだりに赤を連発するわけもない。でしょ？
グレーテルとやら。そなたはバトラと違い、なかなかに頭が冴えるようだ。わらわも恐ろしい敵を迎えたものよ。その通り。バトラがわらわの赤き真実を期待する場面で、なぜに期待に応えてやらねばならぬ義理があるというのか。
No, because it's your weapon. Exactly.
わらわには、そなたが喜ぶことをする義理など、今朝食ったクロワッサンのパンくずの一かけらほどもない。
この野郎。
Well.
その顔。わらわが赤き真実などという遊びを始めたのは、そなたのその顔を見たかったからこそよ。
Okay, so basically, red truth refers to text written literally in red. And text written in red is basically, these are facts that are undeniable.
その表情が拝めぬというなら、
Like unspoken truth.
遊びをする理由がない。
It's basically evidence in text form.
負け惜しみだろ。俺の負傷要求に応えられないからって、 適当なこと言ってごまかそうったってそうはいかねえぞ。
うぬぼれるな。その程度の答え、造作もなく切り捨てられる。だが、それをわらわはわざわざ赤で言わぬ。
Because she can prepare a better attack for later, huh?
なぜだかわかるか？
さっき言ったわ。一番美味しいところで突き落としたいって。その性悪な魔女はね、あなたが求めるところではもう赤は使わないって言ってる。
Okay.
つまり復唱要求なんていうお遊びにはもう付き合わないってことよ。
Okay, so basically she'll only say it when she wants to say it, but not when he asks her to.
その通り、その通り。バトラと違い、この女は話が早い。説明がいらぬ。わらわはわらわの望むとき、わらわが好むように赤き真実を語る。
Yuppie. Oh, hi Komamaru, how you doing?
そうね。赤き真実とはつまり魔女が自由に行使できる権利。人間側が望んだ時に行使しなければならない義務ではない。ただし、内容によるわ。
Okay. What you got, Anji?
内容
Doing good. How you doing? Other than the throat issues. I'm okay. I took today off for the throat issue so I could rest today a lot. So, didn't even have to work today. I'll go to work tomorrow, but it was good to be able to sleep in and just like relax. So yeah, but other than my throat issues, I'm pretty okay.
どういうことだ？
Even though right now I'm not coughing as much, but I already started taking the meds that I was assigned, so maybe it's already taking effect.
あなたの復唱要求に応える。
And I'm eating pineapple. Maybe pineapple helps too.
ただし、あなたの主張によって魔女説が打ち破られてしまう時のみ義務が生じる。なぜなら、この裁判官なき法廷では反論されないことはすなわち真実だから。あなたが思考停止に陥り、魔女の主張する魔女説を反論できなければ、それが直ちに真実となってきたように。
Basically, think for yourself and assert your truth.
じゃあ、俺の今の推理に反論がない以上、正解だということでいいわけか。
If you wish to believe so,
犯人は
yes.
18人目の謎の人物 X で、じいさまはすでに死んでいるという推理で正解だというわけか。
Nice rest up and hope you recover swiftly. Thank you. I hope it'll be enough to rest up for the next few weeks until April. Or maybe even less. And maybe for the future streams, I will pay attention that I don't yell as much as I usually do. It's unfortunate, but I have to pay attention to not destroying my throat. Ronove still gets yelled at, though. I mean, yelled about. The man that will kill me. Where is he, by the way? I want to see him before I go on my Umineko break. Pineapple trying to dissolve your throat to make it heal. Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
少なくとも魔女が反論するまではね。真実はより未来の新しい真実に負ける。厄介なのはその反論のタイミングすらも魔女に委ねられているという点よ。つまり今のあなたの推理が正解しているのか。
Priorities. Ronve gets the exception. Okay. Yeah, yes, he does. Absolutely he does. I mean, he and Beato both do, but Ronve even more.
かかわらず魔女がその反論を保留しているのか。さもなくば、そもそもその推理自体が魔女説を揺るがすことにならないため、魔女が現時点では判断がつかないということよ。そんなところ。
If I see and hear Ronove at least once today, I will be especially satisfied. Though I am content with just Beato. My beloved.
ベルンカステル教ね。すくすく厄介な駒を送り込んでくれたものよ。
I just picture Bern sitting like floating at the top of a chessboard and just floats by and she just tosses a piece in there in the middle of the chessboard like swap. There you go.
おかげでわらわの出番がさっぱりない。
魔女はあなたの復唱要求に対しタイミングをずらして答えることを覚えたのよ。
We're getting some wonderful cackling today. Yes, I love listening to Beato cackling.
ディレイトでも呼べばいいのかしら。
ふざけた真似を。
Yes, as
じゃあ
usual.
俺は間違った推理を掲げたとしても、ベアトはわざと否定せずに俺を泳がせ、さらに壮大に推理を広げた最後の最後に、その根元をちょんと断ち切って、全てをひっくり返してくる可能性さえあるってわけなのか。
We've done this in 2 games, Battler. You know this can happen. You know it can happen. Don't act like it's something new. You know, I guess he's a slow learner. I'm glad Anji is here to help him. A single piece of reason becomes a bridge to the next piece. By demanding that she repeat lines, I've been able to strengthen my position and advance bit by bit. But since that bastard Beato learned this strange delay tactic, I can no longer confirm or deny my reasoning. This is like finally finding a staff that'll let me search around in the darkness, only to lose it right away. I'm just stuck now, right? Yeah, Bato, you gotta pick. Stuck in an option select, and you gotta pick the right one.
こらこらバトラ、そんなに絶望的な顔をしちゃう。わらわのよだれが止まらなくなっちまうじゃないかい。
You gotta mix. You gotta learn the tech and the mix. Go to the lab, Battler. Turn on practice mode. You will learn.
その杖はもともと
You will learn how to deal with the schmicks.
わらわが与えたものに過ぎぬではないか。ようやくこれでハンデなしの対決になるだけだぜ。
Although where will he get the Beato in training mode? Unless he plays Golden Fantasia, which I haven't played yet, so I can't say
で
shit.
もだからといって副賞要求がバトラの反撃手段の一つであることに変わりはないわ。すでに言ってる通り、魔女は魔女説を打ち破る致命的なものに限り、反論の義務、すなわち赤き真実を語ることが義務となる。反論のタイミングこそ魔女の自由ではあるけれども、それは必ず履行されなければならない。そうよね。
うん、そうなるであろうな。ゲームの終了時までにわらわがバトラの提唱する人間によるトリックを否定できなかった場合、バトラはそれを理由にわらわを否定し、勝利を宣言することが可能となろう。
Mm-hmm.
それは
Yep.
人間側が提示するトリック説、すなわち副賞要求は必ずそのゲーム内、つまりエピソード内に反論されなければならないという魔女側の制約という認識でいいのかしら。
I like that the text writes it in parentheses like during the episode, like the one you're currently on.
そうなろう。バトラの目的はわらわがこの島で繰り広げる愉快なゲームのすべてを人間で説明し、わらわを否定してみせることだ。それをバトラが成し遂げたなら、その時点でバトラはゲームの勝者となるであろうぞ。
ルール確認。ゲーム終了時とはゲーム内の六軒島時間で1986年10月5日24時00分という認識でいい？
That sounds correct.
問題ないぞ。
そのゲーム終了時に人間側が全ての謎についてトリック説を主張できていて、かつ魔女側から反論がない場合、人間側は勝利を宣言できるものとする。問題ない？
もう少し厳密としよう。ゲーム終了時に魔女側には反論の機会が与えられるものとする。
I see.
時間を切ってもらうわ。1分よ。
1 minute!
1分以内に反論が行われない場合、勝利は宣言されるものとする。
Damn, that's brutal.
ならば同じルールをそちらにも課させてもらおうぞ。ゲーム終了時に人間側は与えられた謎に対し、その時間内にたった一つであっても反論されない謎が残った場合、魔女側の勝利となり、そのゲームは終了する。
Okay.
兆候を理由にゲームを止められては今日をそぐのでな。
So basically, is solving one mystery at minimum a requirement to not die, or is it like, will it like compound the 1 minute timer?
くそったね。俺を抜きで話が進んでやがるぜ。
What? You're not smart enough for this, apparently.
分かった。俺の不詳要求は即座でなくとも必ず反論されなくてはならないわけだ。
Anji is way ahead of you.
ええ、そうよ。
It's like I was saying before, the women carry the
そして
story.
それは10月6日0時01分までに必ずなされる。
Okay.
ただ、注意して。魔女はあなたの復唱要求をたった一つ切り捨てるだけでいい。
I see.
すべての謎を解き明かさない限り、あなたに勝利は宣言できないのだから。
So basically, do or die. I see. Yeah, okay, so it was what I thought before. Kinda. It's a... Yeah, it's a... Either everything or nothing. He's trying to win a game against someone who won't have existed if he wins. Why does my brain smell like burning? I definitely understand the feel. But Beato will forever live on in my heart, even if she's not real.
バトラ、今よりそなたには青を使うことを許そう。
The blue?
そなたはわらわの魔法殺人を人間とトリックで説明する際に、わらわはゲーム終了までの間にそなたの青を赤にて反論する義務を持つ。
Okay, okay, what's this?
青。つまり俺は復唱要求を青で語るということか。
少し違うぞ。復唱要求はどんな些細なことでも可能だった。しかし青はもう少し厳しいぞ。それ自体が魔女を否定しない限り成立しない。
Okay. It's starting to get confusing, but it's more or less something like this. For example, let's take one of the riddles in the past where I asked her to repeat something. The actual number of master keys is 5. That had been confirmed that there were... That had been to confirm that there really were 5 master keys when she claimed there were no more than 5. But since that by itself wouldn't deny witches, I can't say it in blue. So in order to speak in blue, I need to say something like this. The actual number of master keys was greater than 5. The culprit entered or exited the room with that extra key. Only then would the witch who claimed that this was a closed room murder made with magic be responsible for making a counter-argument. In other words, I can't demand that you repeat something that merely confirms the premise of my reasoning. That'll probably be a significant disadvantage for me. Crap. Yeah, proving witches is not real is kinda harder, so I do understand. It's enough to make the red Beato used to toy with me until now look extremely merciful. Yeah, it's tricky.
くそ。仮に俺がある密室について仮説を立て、ベアトがそれを最後の最後で否定してきやがったら、俺には次の仮説を立てる時間すらもねえってことじゃねえか。
I guess.
このルールは最悪だ。俺にばかり不利だ。
また戦う前から屈服？落ち着きなさい。一つの謎に対して青は一度しか使えないとは言われてないわ。それがどういう意味かわかる？
いや。
It means you can make a blue web of truth, I guess.
どういう意味だ？
これまでのあなたは仮説を一つ立てては魔女の顔色を伺い、それがダメだったらその時改めて別の仮説を立てるというそれじゃあ魔女は追い詰められない。
Yeah, you have to speak facts.
まさか。
ええ、そうよ。謎に点で挑むんじゃない。面で襲いかかるのよ。
Yes!
あなた、以前のゲームで推理の姿勢はそうあるべきだと自ら言ったわ。
Assault with a wall. That's right, I said so myself earlier. So basically we can ram the red web of truth with a wall. Let's go. Guessing that trying to expose the mystery is like trying to shoot a distant target with an arrow. Until now, I've just been shooting off arrow after arrow, asking the witch if I scored a hit, and then preparing my bow again once I'm told that I missed. There's no way I'll hit at that rate. Bullets might be a better example than arrows. If you take one shot after another at a distant target with a handgun, you probably won't hit it easily. So how can you hit it? If a handgun doesn't work, use a shotgun. Instead of a single bullet, beat her down with a shot comprised of countless projectiles at once. Shot scatters so it impacts a wide area. That makes it optimal for shooting small, fast targets like birds. That's right, there's no rule that says I have to guess like a pistol, shooting one off at a time. Making a single theory that's just hoping that it hits is no better than stopping your own thinking. Blast away with a massive number of bullets, of guesses, and make them impact like a wall, so that only one of them hitting the target is enough.
Oh. なるほどな。お前の赤き真実が切れ味鋭い日本刀みたいなもんだとしたら、俺の青はどうやら散弾銃。
Oh, considering how bullets are the biggest anti-magic thing in existence, yeah, it fits.
いや、火力で魔女を蜂の巣にする機関銃だぜ。
下手な鉄砲、数打ちゃなんとやらか。そなたらしいそやな例えよ。
推理小説なんかのクライマックスはいつもこうだった。名探偵が容疑者を一堂に集め、たった一つの推理を披露して、
Yes.
まるで一本の矢で見事にリンゴを射抜くウィリアム・テルのようにだ。
Yeah, you have to kind of shoot off a lot of speculations then, I
だからこ
guess.
そ、それが美徳みたいに誤解しちまってた。
It probably would be splendid if I could shoot through the truth with a single guess. But that isn't realistic. Look at real wars. Do they really have everyone pull long guns out of the trench, aim really well, and take shots at each other one at a time? They don't, right? They fire rapidly, they fire all over the place, they pin down the enemy with a barrage. Reasoning is the same way. Because of that weird virtue, I've been stuck thinking it's better to take one line of reasoning at a time. We humans can fire off countless guesses and possibilities. The bullet is the power of imagination. Suspension of thought is a clogged barrel. The pathetic way I've been reasoning up until now is like a pea shooter. I've been so lame, weakly firing off shots, getting them denied and read, and then taking the next bullet and reloading. The bullet truth, which claims that humans and tricks are what's real, will overpower its target with the illusion told by the witch with its firepower and the force of what I can imagine. This is my Ushiromiya Battlers fighting style. Yeah, okay, then this is better.
お前のおかげで、俺の本当の戦い方が分かってきたぜ。ありがとうよ、グレーテル。
Yep.
どういたしまして。
これまでの俺が情けなく思えてくら。
I don't disagree.
ベアトの言う通りだぜ。
Though he was pretty cool in episode 3.
これまでの俺はハンデをもらってきた。そいつを認めるぜ。新ルール、了解した。俺には俺の戦い方がある。そいつを見せてやれ。
Okay, let's see. What's he gonna say?
その息やよし、気に入ったぞ。ならば早速使ってみるがいい。そなたの青き真実とやらを。
But I do wonder if the red truth is more valid than the blue truth.
ああ、使ってやるぜ。この青き真実で。お前が主張する。全員にアリバイがあるから魔女の犯行しかありえないという魔女説は打ち砕ける。これが俺の真実だ。後宮金蔵はすでに死亡している。よって島の本当の人数は17人。そこに未知の人物 X が加わることで18人となっている。
Let's see.
この人物 X の存在の過程によって17人全員にアリバイがあっても犯行は可能になる。
There we go. Nice. Nice, he's fighting back. Okay, let's see.
つまり私たちはこれ以上お父様への面会を拒まれるならば以下の仮説を、つまりお父様はすでに亡くなっている。しかし遺産を分配したくないクラウス兄さんがそれを隠してる ってね。
I'm hoping the blue and red truth are mutually consistent, maybe. I hope so as well. But there has to be a catch on how Beato counters the blue truth, right? But it would only be fair if it's consistent.
バカバカしい。
そうです。バカバカしいにも程があります。これほどの侮辱は初めてです。私たちは警官立ち会いの下で強制的にその生死を確かめることさえ可能よ。ねえ、エヴァ姉さん。
Single local witches in your area. Oh my god. Hi observer, how you doing? A technically correct, best kind of correct kind of thing. I guess so. It would make sense. I like how Kirie is absolutely leading this conversation.
そうよ、兄さん。
To the point Ebba's like, wait.
話は何とでもでっち上げられるわ。兄さんが第三者の立ち会いのもとにお父様を面会させなければならない状況になんて簡単にお膳立てができるわ。
Which Kinzo would be like, no!
でも
If he's alive.
それは後宮家にとってとても不名誉なことだと思うの。だから私はこの提案をしている。世話人の義務と責任。万一の際のペナルティ。これを承諾してくれれば、私たちはお父様を無理やり引きずり出すなんて真似は控えることができる。
ああ、そうだぜ、兄貴。さっき言ったじゃねえか。兄貴は世話人として当然の義務を果たしてるってね。キリエの条件は大したことじゃねえはずだぜ。
Yep.
なぜ過剰反応する？
Probably because it's true.
親父が自然死以外の理由で死んだ場合、次期当主から引きずり下ろされるってのがそんなにも気になるのかな。
それとも何？お父様が自然死以外の理由で亡くなるような心当たりでもあるのかしら。
そんな心当たりなどあるわけもない。なるほど。私にも親父殿の気持ちが分かってきたよ。死に方一つ自由にさせてもらえないとは実に気の毒な晩年だよ。
Welp. And now he's trying to go with the emotional mix-up.
ええ、本当に気の毒な晩年ね。その晩年が実はもう過去のことじゃないのかと私たちは疑っているの。
Oh.
この疑惑は私たちをお父様に面会させてもらえるだけであっさりと解けるわ。ここまで私たちに侮辱されてもそれでも面会は許されないんですか、クラウス兄さん。
I mean, even if he allowed and Kinzo was there, then Kinzo probably would still refuse.
お父様は多分すでに亡くなっているわ。
Carl's just like, okay, let's go to the boiler room. Also, hi Zekeru, hope you're doing well. Father is probably already dead.
おそらく遺体は極秘のうちにどこかに処分したでしょう。そしてお父様の代理ということで財産を独占した後、失踪したことにして7年かけてお父様を死体なき死者にする。ごめんなさいね。気を悪くしないで。これはあくまでも私の推理ごっこだから。無礼極まりない。
Oh man!
あなたにこの屋敷にとどまる資格はありません。即刻退場なさい。二度と当家の敷居をまたぐことを許しません。去年通用した手が今年もまた通用すると思ったのが運の尽きね。お父様はご機嫌斜めだから面会できない？去年の時点で十分不審だったのに今年もだなんて。お父様の代理を語り財産を乗っ取るならもっとスピーディーにやって今日の親族会議を待たずに失踪させるべきだったわね。さすがに甘いわよ、クラウスお兄様。
Oh man, Kirie is firing shot after shot after shot.
君が何のことを言っているのか私にはさ。
でもお父様がご機嫌斜めなのは事実で、クラウス兄さんが世話人としての責務として私たちの面会を拒んでるのだとしたら、それはなら私の出した条件を飲んでくれればこの場は収まるわ。何しろお父様のことをこんなにも大切にするクラウス兄さんですもの。お父様に検視されて困るような死に方があるわけがない。いずれにせよお父様は病院嫌いなんだから書斎で亡くなるでしょうね。いずれにせよ必ず検視は行われるわ。検視を逃れて殺すには失踪しかない。
True. Oh, so is that the reasoning why Kinzo got burned?
それくらいにしてくださらないかしら。
Eva rebuked Kirie in a sickeningly kind voice. Considering the situation, that was impossible. Which is why it was sickening.
兄さんにもいろいろと都合やプライドもあるはず。兄さんにとって当然の義務であっても、それを文書化してその上ペナルティまで課せられたんじゃ。そりゃ不愉快なはずよ。ねえローザ。
ええ、そうね。
Oh, everybody's jumping in.
長男としてのプライドを軽んじすぎたかもしれないわ。キリエさんの言うような世話人の責務についての覚書にサインというのはさすがに気の毒かもしれない。
そうだな。兄貴はよくやってくれてる。そこを汲み取り、おかしな書類にサインとか、万一の時はペナルティとか、そういう話を抜きにして兄貴に全部一任することを考えてもいいかもしれねえな。
But is there a catch?
お前ら。
Oh man! Klaus is getting cornered, I see. Not just Eva, but Rudolph and Rosa as well, with unnerving smiles on their faces as though they planned this beforehand, began closing in on Klaus. They now understood perfectly how Kirie had cornered Klaus and exactly where she was prepared to compromise.
世話人の責務についての覚書。これにサインすることなく、私たちがお父様への面会を生涯求めないことにもできるわ。覚書などなくても、クラウス兄さんが世話人にふさわしいという保証をしてくれれば。
私にその保証金を支払えというのかね。
No?
これはおかしい。
保証金はエヴァさん、ルドルフさん、そしてローザさんの3人に1人30億円ずつ。
Oh my god! Bold!
手付金としてその1割の3億円ずつを今年度中に振り込んでもらうわ。
Holy shit!
90億だとそんな金はない。
お父様がお亡くなりになった後なら捻出できるはずよ。
I love this this track. Fishy Aroma is so good. Did the game freeze? Stop! No! Not now! This is fishy.
その程度には下調べは済んでる。
Oh, thank God. The game was about to crash here.
手付金の9億円だってクラウスさんの財産状況ならなんとかなるはず。
The lyrics are even better. Oh, I don't know that version yet.
それこそ
It hasn't dropped in the game
お父様に
yet.
借りることだって可能でしょ。白々しい演技は不要よ。
不愉快だ。実に不愉快な話だ。
まったくです。お父様の遺産の話だけでも十分不敬だというのに、お父様はもう死んでいる。主人がそれを隠していて財産を独占している。もううんざりです。あなたたち全員にもはや後ろ宮を名乗る資格などありません。
Oh man.
落ち着いてや、夏井さん。みんなももう話はこれまでや。どうや、この場の話は一旦ここまでにせんか。
Oh man, the whole family is about to go at each other's throats. Literally?
規模がでかい上に唐突な話や。わしらも興奮してるところがあるかもしれん。ここは一旦休憩を挟んで頭を冷やさんか。クラウス兄さんにもちょいと時間が必要やろな、クラウスさん。
時間？そんなものがなぜ私に必要なのかね。
まわしらかて本音じゃブスなことなど考えとらん。
He says that right after Kirie launches that
どうして
suggestion.
もお父さんに合わせてもらえんからちょいと嫌味が言いたく。それにクラウスさんが売り言葉に買い言葉で頭に血が上ってしまったのもよー分かっと。
I love Hideyoshi so much.
クラウス兄さんかって本当そこまで言うんなら合わせてやってもいいと思っとるんやな。そうやろ。ただついつい意地になってもうたんで今さら会ってもいいなんて言えなくなってしまっただけや。
Hideyoshi, stop ruining our extortion. He is kind of appealing to Kraus and Nazi, right? They are both losing their shit.
そうやろな。
And I think they do bear command over all the servants. Like, most out of everyone else, so.
確かに主人も皆さん同様少々冷静を欠いてしまったところもあるでしょう。
As you did.
私たちはお父様の皆さんに会いたくないという意思を尊重して堅くなに断。
そうだな。つい昔のような兄弟喧嘩になってしまい私も意地になってしまった。
Man, Hideyoshi is good at this, huh?
お前たちが親父殿にどうしても会いたいという強い気持ちはよくわかった。私もそれを伝える。なんとか面会してもらえるよう親父を説得しよう。それでどうかね。
Which is how?
そうね。クラウス兄さんに説得の時間を与えてもいいと思うわ。
Which... Why don't you let Nazi do it?
頼むぜ兄貴。俺たちに会ってくれるようよく説得してくれ。何しろ親父の世話人なんだからよ。
Oh yeah, okay, because dad caretaker role. Okay, I get it.
その説得だけど今夜中って制限を設けさせてもらうわよ。明日になったら私たちは書斎の扉を打ち破ってでもお父様の安否を確認するわ。それでいいわよね。
And that's when the murders start happening, huh?
兄さん。
好きにするがいい。なるほど。説得すらも大して時間はかけられないようだ。夏日以降せめて晩餐にはご一緒していただくようお願い申し上げよう。
はい。
Kraus left the parlor with Nazi. Once their footsteps disappeared, Hideyoshi took a deep breath, smirking and flopping onto the sofa.
キリエさん、あんた恐ろしい人やな。
Yeah, she is. She's a girl
勝手
boss.
な口出しをしてごめんなさい。謝るわ。
いやいや、当初の計画にはなかった追い詰め方だが結果は上々だ。
Rudolph is like, I'm so turned on right now.
相変わらずお前ってやつには頭が下がるぜ。
でも9億円も用意できるのかしら。クラウス兄さんの財政状況ギリギリで 7.5 億が限界と私たちは計算したはず。9億はさすがにふっかけすぎじゃない？
無理なら無理でいいのよ。クラウス兄さんの顔を立てて 7.5 億に減額とかやれば譲歩したっぽく見えて収まりやすいでしょ。
750 million, I
本当に
guess.
9億出てきたなら大成功だし。
兄さん、今頃夏日さんと作戦会議中でしょうね。あのプライドの高い兄さんがどんな言い訳をしながらへりくつをこねてくるか。本当に
お父さんを説得できるわけがない。
Oh shit! She knew. There's no way to convince someone who isn't even there. She is right. She is correct. The way the witch sound came, the witch laughing sound came, that's damn.
兄弟たちも年に一度の親族会議にそれぞれの都合を合わせてやってきています。
Kraus and Natsu could be seen in Kinzo's dimly lit study. Oh man, Kraus looks extremely uncomfortable. Kraus and Natsu could be... sorry. Every once in a while, thunder could be heard and the dimly lit room flickered with light. It seems that the island will be closed off by the storm very soon.
お父様、どうか今一度不敬な彼らに当主様の威厳をお示しください。
ダメだな。
Is he going to say Sensen Dameda? The large shadow of a person standing by the window, his majestic back facing them, answered quietly and forcefully. He hung his head and shook. Eventually they could hear a mumbling laugh over his shoulder. Oh, happiness of the marionette, let's go!
ダメだな。全然ダメだ。
He said it! I can't believe this! Three months left to live? And an almost finished geezer? To whom exactly are we referring? Jesus fuck. What is this? What is this Steam achievement and this sprite? Oh god, I got freaked out. There goes my throat, thanks Kinzo. As Kinzo turned and brushed his cape, it flashed forcefully through the room's stale air. That air pressure truly signified Ushinomiya Kinzo's majesty and willpower itself. After being blown back by that wind, it wasn't strange that Kraus landed on his butt. Wait. I did get a sound. Huh? 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 Okay, never mind. I'll probably understand this later. Because I was wondering why I heard the insert sound. As though showing consideration for Kraus, who looked as though his legs had been swept out from under him, Natsu also crouched down. Then, with a thunk, Kinzo's footstep approached with a heft that signified his dignity. Man, Kraus is not okay.
お父さん。バカや。カノンに聞いておるわ。貴様が弟たちにどれほど情けなく手玉に取られたかをな。
Oh man.
お父様。夫はお父様の名誉を守るために懸命に。
Without lending an ear to Natsu's words, Kinzo extended his palm to Kraus's collar as the latter sat on the floor. Oh man, Natsu. No, he curled his finger, leaving only his pointer finger out, then took that finger and pressed it up to Kraus's collar. One finger! Twisted it. Kanon the snitch? Yeah! And slowly, with just one finger, picked Kraus up into the air. Excuse me?
情けないやつだな、お前は。
Oh, he's a magician?
妻に自分の弁解をさせるのか。言い訳くらい自分でしてみせよ。
Kraus clawed at the air. Kinzo's brawny finger was choking him. Jesus fucking Christ! Buff finger! Sticky finger! No wait, star finger! He couldn't even open his mouth, much less talk. However, even if he had been able to open his mouth, as he was now, there was no way he'd be able to think up an excuse that Kinzo would accept. Still, how could this power be described? Mahou Shoujo Kinzo Magica? Kinzo flexing his power, the power of an old man! He has experience, you see. No one would call Kinzo an old man after seeing the superhuman strength.
お父様、夫はお隣に戦いました。どうかお許しください。
夏日、
戦いというのはな、勝つまでの過程を言うのだ。負けるまでの過程は戦うとは言わぬ。それはただ一言、みっともないというのだ。
Oh, Jesus wept.
これが私の後継ぎだというのか。
Man. As thunder roared, Kinzo laughed heartily, as though nothing could be more pleasant. And when he finished laughing, he threw his son away like he was scrap paper, slamming him against the wall. Oh man. Oh man. I do think Kraus is an asshole, but someone made him an asshole, huh? Aww. Kraus slid down the wall, rubbing his throat as though in pain. Natsu ran up to him and looked after him. Man, Natsu, I love her. But without showing any interest in the two of them, Kinzo returned to the space near the window as though he had been there the whole time and looked up at the thunderclouds of misfortune.
Beatrice にさえ会えれば、我が人生には何の悔いもないと思っていたが。
And there's the fishy aroma again! Daddy, please! Oh god! Ugh!
どうやらそういうわけにもいかぬらしい。魔女より得たものは何も残せぬのが初めからの約束。
Hello Tango, hi HKR, how you doing?
しかし、後ろ宮の名は魔女のものではない。その名を継ぐのが誰にふさわしいか。どうやらそれだけは。Almost
missed the witch action. I am certainly already missing it because after the stream I'm going to do like 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks of a break from streaming because I have to rest my busted throat and take meds and everything. I went to the dentist today. Oh, okay. I hope it went well.
お父さんでは
貴様らふぬけどもと食事をする気など起きぬ。だがその後の親族会議には出席する。
Okay.
お父様、ありがとうございます。
私はその席上で当主継承についての重大な発表をするであろう。
Okay.
お前たちのくだらない争いは私自らが解決してやる。
I have a bad feeling about this one. Like, a very bad one. Like, Kinzo seemed more unhinged than usual for me. My tooth kinda hurts when the dentist cleans my teeth. Aw. That sucks, I'm sorry. I hope it stops hurting soon. Forcefully opening the door with a clunk, Rosa flew in with Maria. Okay. Oh, did they just have the thing with the rose? There was already a full-blown typhoon outside and it was starting to pour down hard. Even though she'd had an umbrella, Maria had been in the rose garden amid all that wind and rain the whole time. She had grown ice cold. Oh, baby. Maria had gotten into a minor fight with Rosa in the rose garden and had been told to stay there. Oh, okay, that's what happened. She had done as she was told and had continued to wait in that spot even though rain was pouring down. Oh. Rosa certainly had gotten a little emotional and angry, but Maria's stubborn whim was probably more to blame. The cousins who had seen that exchange were relieved to see that mother and child were close to each other again. So it was the pretty horrible scene from episode 1. That scene is still one of the hardest for me. It's really heartbreaking. Like, even if I think back, now knowing all of the context with Rosa and Maria, well, not all of it, but a good part of it, that scene from episode 1 is one of the worst ones between them. As in worst ones in the terms of one of the heaviest ones. Like, if you think about it, in most of the scenes with Maria and Rosa, most people don't really step in, and if they are outsiders, and then Rosa just pulls the usual parent B&B, which is like, yeah, don't get involved into my business. You're not, are you this child's parent, or like, yeah, we're just leaving and something like that. But in the case of Battler, George, and Jessica, they are part of the family, and they couldn't stop her from just viciously beating the shit out of Maria. That's... oof! Ouch. Rosa scrubbed Maria's head with a towel. She seemed overcome with worry that Maria had caught a cold, but Maria herself was nonchalant.
大丈夫?
No?
寒気とかしない? やっぱり一度戻って着替えさせた方がいいかしら。
全然平気。
ベイビー。
それよりお腹空いたから着替えよりご飯がいい。
大丈夫そうだぜ、ローザおばさん。こんだけ元気ならきっと大丈夫だよ。
The rain probably hurt her less than all that slapping.
傘があって本当に良かったよ。ひょっとしたらずぶ濡れかもしれないと思ってたからね。傘を持ってたのは不幸中の幸いだったよ。
でもよ、マリア、いくら傘があってもこんな大雨になったらちゃんと雨宿りしなきゃダメだぜ。女の子は体を冷やしちゃ絶対にいけない。
いいのよ、ジェシカちゃん。ママがそこにずっといなさいと言ったのが悪いの。
Oh, at least she admits it.
本当にごめんね。本当にごめんね。
マリアいい子。ママの言う通りにしてたからいい子。
Oh, ouch.
寒くてもずっといた。ママが来るまでずっといた。
マリアは本当にいい子よ。ママの言いつけをちゃんと守ったわね。
Unfortunately.
本当に偉いわ。でも次からはママの言いつけであっても、あんな大雨になったらちゃんと雨宿りをするのよ。いいわね。ママと約束よ。
ママと約束。
I wanna cry. Ryuki, she really knows how to get you when it comes to child abuse. He absolutely does. Also, hi Blurneko, hope you're doing well. As Rosa gently held Maria, they joined their pinkies together and promised. I really wanna cry right now. Batter and the others realized that by touching her mother's pinky, the warmth had started to return to Maria's body.
Kanon-kun, タオルをありがとう。
Yes, thank you.
助かったわ。
それでは失礼いたします。
As Kanon bowed with a blank expression, as though he'd done nothing that required gratitude, he left the parlor.
さあ、もうお夕飯よ。みんなも行きましょう。偉いマリアには後でママの分のデザートも分けてあげるわ。
Kinzo is not coming to dinner, so at least this we have this.
デザートもらえる。ママ大好き。ママ大好き。
こらマリア、はしゃがないの。ママもマリアが大好きよ。マリア大好き。マリア大好き。
Oh, I'm in pain!
マリアもママ大好き。ママ大好き。
I am in so much pain right now. Oh. Damn, Rosa and Maria looked really close. Even the cousins who watched started to feel a long-forgotten warmth still up their chests.
このくらいの年頃が親と一番仲がいいのかもしれねえな。
I am out of words. I am like holding myself together right now.
子供を愛していればこそだよ。親の愛は優しさや甘やかしだけじゃないんだよ。
Okay, but George, this is stretching it a little.
僕の母さんも厳しかったけど、僕を大事に思ってくれたからこそだって今ならわかるよ。
Stop! I'm in pain. Banana! I'm in pain. Please stop! I'm in so much pain.
お手手つないで仲良く。ママとマリア仲良し仲良し。
そうよ。ママとマリアは仲良しよ。いつまでもずーっとね。愛してるわ。マリア。
I'm sorry. I started crying. I started crying.
なんだよ突然。
Oh, this destroyed me. I am just full tears and snot right now. Ah.
どうした？
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't have tissues here. Oh my god. Ah, sorry. The sweet parts only make the horrible parts feel worse. Yeah, they do. Oh my god. I am in absolute pain right now. Ah! The tears are staining my face. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I didn't even expect to start crying here. I'm in absolute agony. Oh my god. The last time I cried this hard was when Shannon died in episode 1. And I thought I could resist.
ごめんなさい。
Oh boy, if the scene will make you cry, you're not ready. There have been several scenes in Umineko which got me pretty close to crying. But the only one who had me like sobbing on stream was Shannon's death in episode 1. But after that, I started like steeling myself hard enough to be able to resist the pain that was coming. So the last time I got very close to like sobbing and breaking out the tears on stream was the finale of episode 2 when Rosa and Maria are running away from the goats. That shit destroyed me. One of the best scenes of the visual novel ever. One of my favorites, in fact. And when Anji was at the top of the skyscraper and talking about going home, that also got me almost. I was this close to crying, but then Burn appeared and made me stop. But here, I kind of know Rosa's and Maria's interactions a little bit from episode 1 to 4, right? Thus far, the parent relationship that has been most focused on is them, right? But then seeing how Rosa just started talking exactly like Maria in the same tone in a playful voice broke me. It just broke me. It just broke my heart, you guys.
ぼんやりしてたわ。
It broke my heart even harder to think about it like this because Maria doesn't make it out alive of Rokkenjima, basically, according to Anji's future. And that destroys me, because Maria was only 9. And she wasn't even given the chance to make up with her mother.
落としちゃってごめんなさい。
The fuse train doesn't stop in episode 4. Oh no, I've been told by friends who already finished reading all of Umineko that, like, episode 4 is a tear wrencher. But I wasn't prepared to cry in a CG-less scene, basically. And the scene hits hard. Yeah, absolutely it does. I could really use some runaway right now for the serotonin. Sir? Please? The cup on the floor had smashed to pieces. Would it really have made such a sound and smashed to pieces just by being dropped from that height? Even someone as thick-headed as Batter could realize that she was in a bad mood over something, but he couldn't understand why she had suddenly grown so displeased. Yes! Thank you, game! I really needed him right now. I want Rodovet to hold me and tell me things will be okay. And to give me tea. And even my cat came to me. She noticed that I'm not okay. Yes, Stinky, thank you. Thank you, Stinky. No! Hold on. When she made to bend over and pick up the fragments of the cup, Rodolphe appeared out of nowhere and stopped her. Yes, please. Please, I want some black tea. Can you give me some black tea? Bring me tissues, some cookies, some pastel de nata, some lençóis, chocolate milk, and please a kissy to the forehead. And some cuddling, please. It's all in my order for tonight. Mr. Butler, I need it. I really need some hugs right now. Perfect, then just give me the tea for Anji for me. Just do it. Well, look who showed up to save the day. Indeed, he's saving my day.
退屈してきたんで、ちょっと席を外すわ。
退屈?
I don't think she's bored. I think she's even sad.
おいおい、いよいよこれからだろうが。
She did like read Maria's diary, right? So Maria and Rosa's relationship specifically must be hitting her as hard as me. So me too.
この時点で
I too am in pain.
傘と手紙をベアトリーチから受け取ってるって言い出すんだぜ。ここからが重要だってのに。
Yeah, she probably doesn't want to watch people asking Maria about Beato and making her start crying.
失礼するわ。
She probably knows just how important this is for Maria. So this is actually really touching.
ごめんなさいね。後片付けをお願い。
お任せを。
Yes. Please. I'll leave me to you as well. Without saying anything else, Coretto disappeared of her own accord. Her form literally melted and disappeared into thin air. That was definitely a displeased expression on her face. But neither Batter nor Ronove, and of course not Beato either, could understand why her mood had so suddenly worsened. All that remained was the scent of the black tea she'd spilled. I don't like it. No, to be more blunt, it disgusts me.
なんでエンジェはイラついてるの？
なんでって決まってるでしょ？
Wait, Maria can show up in the game board?
マリアにはわからないよ。
Even Maria Onechan with that blank expression on her face irritated me. As I held my hands palms up in the air, empty air, from out of nowhere a single book landed on them. It was Maria Onechan's diary. Even though I didn't turn the pages flipped through despite there being no wind, and the door to Maria Onechan's world opened. Oh, are we going to Maria's POV again?
マリアが幸せじゃないと思うの？
客観的に判断してよ。
客観的にエンジェの主観でだね。
真実は私にとってのものとマリアお姉ちゃんにとってのものとでは異なると言いたいの？
Is this about Rosa?
真実は観測者によって形を変えるよ。そして 未来の観測者が常にその形状を上書きする。エンジェはマリアの幸せをどうしたいの？
Oh? The pages of the diary were flipped through at greater and greater speeds. Then a brilliant light poured out from the depths of the diary, swallowing everything up and painting over everything with white. Also, we're going to Maria's past again. I already cried once today! I already cried once today. Mercy!
ごめんね、マリア。ママね、緊急に片付けなきゃならない仕事が山積みで、ちょっと会社に缶詰にならなきゃならないの。
Sorry, my throat.
多分、あさっての深夜まで家に帰れないわ。
おお、じゃあ日曜日の一緒に映画を見に行く約束は？
Judging by Rosa's tone, she had clearly forgotten that promise. Oh. But Maria's response to that was an apology for asking. I'm sorry. Maria apologized for troubling her mother by asking that question. Oh, no. Stop! I cried today already!
ちゃんとお行儀よく待ってる。毎日お風呂に入って新しい肌着にするよ。お金の場所もわかってる。毎日違うお店に行くようにする。あんまり遅い時間に出かけないようにする。おまわりさんに聞かれたらママのお使いですって言うようにする。ちゃんとママに言われた通りに言うようにする。
そうね。ちゃんといい子にしてるのよ。そしたらお土産を買ってきてあげるわ。いい？夜は9時までに寝るのよ。ママが帰ってこないなんて先生にも大人にも言っちゃダメよ。いいわね。
I kinda wish Rosa would get a babysitter for Maria, but I can understand why she wouldn't. I mean, it's either financial reasons or it's because she doesn't want to embarrass herself to her nanny. Plus, I can see Rosa not wanting to get a babysitter or something of the sort because first, she would probably think she's being incompetent as a mom, which, let's be real, Rosa isn't the best parent. She tries, but she's not the best parent. That's a fact. But she probably would worry that this babysitter would basically become more of a mother to Maria than herself, and then basically it's like, then what's the point, right? It makes me sad.
だからママ、お仕事頑張ってね。頑張ってお仕事終わらせて、少しでも早く帰ってきてね。
バステン。
マリア、もう夜中に泣いて近所の人に迷惑なんかかけたりしないから。だから早く帰ってきてね。
じゃ、忙しいので切るわよ。
I'm so
いい子
sad.
にして待ってるのよ。余計なことはしちゃダメよ。じゃあね。
Click. With a tone of finality in her voice, Rosa hung up the phone without waiting for Maria's answer. Maria politely set down the receiver and returned to the sofa. There sat the stuffed animal Sakutaro, whom she'd been watching TV until a second ago. Sakutaro was holding the remote control to the TV. The TV had been turned off because of the phone call. He looked like he was telling her to push the switch because he wanted to watch TV again quickly.
サクタロウ、テレビ見たい？おりゅ？マリアはもう見たくないの？芸人チーム全問正解したら逆転かもしれない。もうテレビいいや。
Oh, Maria isn't doing well. Again, Mama was busy with her work and didn't come home. Mama works so much overtime that she doesn't come home until late. Design industry do be like that and it sucks. I relate. I don't work in the design industry, but I do work as an artist in a game studio, and while I don't do overtime, thankfully, since the studio that I'm in doesn't really enforce it, but I do know as a game industry insider that crunch times is so common in a lot of studios. It's like the norm. So I know that this is a thing in design industries as well, and I don't even want to imagine how it's like in the 80s where it's even worse. Man, Rosa has a rough job. It's not an easy paid job, and it's not an easy job to do. Because she has dates or something, she always comes home after drinking a lot of alcohol. Oh no, even though she's not good at drinking. And with a pale face, she'll go straight into the shower and then to bed. Ugh. And because she has overtime, even on the weekends or something, she says she has to spend the night there and almost never comes home. Oh, Rosa is an alcoholic. Recently, she started saying something about how she's got a big job she's working on. So this sort of thing happens a lot. Yeah, big gigs do be like that. The pictures I did my best on during drawing time were laughed at by everyone. But even so, I wanted to show them just to Mama. And once again, she won't be able to look at them for me. And I could talk about the time everyone pushed to the job of cleaning up onto me. But I did my best by myself and was praised by the teacher. Or the time I went shopping and the man at the shop said I'm always such a good kid and gave me a free canned coffee. Then there was a time I wanted to encourage Mama because she worked so hard on her job and hid a card for her under her pillow. Poor Maria. Maria is such a lonely child and it just breaks me. She has Sakutaro at least.
お仕事やだ。ママ、お仕事なんかやめちゃえ。
No.
お仕事は大人の大切な仕事なんだよ。マリアにご飯を食べさせて、お洋服を買って、学校の給食費を払って、サマーキャンプの積立金を払って、それはみんなママが働いてお金を稼いでくれるからなんだよ。
Yep, fuck capitalism.
ご飯いらない。お洋服もいらない。給食もいらないし、サマーキャンプなんか行きたくない。どうせマリアをどこの班も混ぜてくれないもん。
Oh. Yeah, and school sucks.
ママはさっき電話でお仕事から帰ってきたらお土産を買ってきてくれるって約束してくれたよ。ママはマリアのことが大事で寂しくさせてることを申し訳ないと思ってるから、そういう約束をしてくれたんだと思うよ。そうかな。無理。めんどくさかったり嫌だったりしたらそんなことはしないもん。ママだってマリアのそばにいつだっていたいんだよ。それができなくてママも辛くて悲しい。ママが泣きながらずっとマリアの隣にいて夜を過ごしてくれた日を僕は覚えてるよ。なんでママが泣いてるのかわからなかったけど、ただマリアは黙ってママのそばにいることしかできなかった。
Oh man.
あの時最後にママが言ったの僕は覚えてるよ。マリアにありがとうって言った。ただそばにいてくれるだけでマリアだけが世界でただ一人の味方なんだよって。ウリュ覚えてる？マリアが世界でただ一人の味方なんだよってママ言った。
Man, that's rough. Rosa doesn't trust anyone other than Maria, and even then, oh man. Sakutaro set the remote control on the table, crawled up onto the sofa, sat on my lap and spoke to me, gazing into my eyes.
ママもきっとマリアと同じなんだよ。ママの描いたデザインだけがクライアントに笑われて、ママの会社だけが他の会社から面倒な仕事を押し付けられて、ママは社長だから自分一人で片付けなくちゃならなくて、ママの会社だけがいつも他の会社の仕事に混ぜてもらえない。ママの味方はマリアだけなんだよ。そのマリアがママにお仕事なんかやめちゃえなんて言ったら、ママの味方は世界中のどこにいるの？
design industry is also mostly ungrateful often.
サク太郎、僕には世界中でただ一人マリアがいる。ママには世界中でただ一人マリアがいる。マリアにはママもいるし、サク太郎もいる。
And no one else?
だからマリアは寂しくなんかない。
I'm really, really sad.
ママはお仕事が忙しいからなかなかマリアと一緒にいられないけど、マリア、その代わり僕はいつも一緒に、そしていつまでも一緒にマリアのそばにいるから。ウリュウ、僕が一緒じゃ悲しみを止められない？
So don't cry, okay? I am crying already. From the corner of Maria's heart, which she had been doing her best to seal up, drops of sadness finally dripped down. Drip, drip, drop, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. Even the weekends when Mama didn't come home weren't that a rare thing. It wasn't as though that night was particularly painful or sad compared to other nights. And yet Maria's tears poured down. She compounded this all until now.
マリア泣かないで。僕がずっと一緒にいるから。マリアが泣いても僕は泣かない。僕はライオンの子だから寂しくても泣かないよ。僕だって泣きたいけど僕は泣かないんだもん。どうしてサク太郎は泣かないの？ウリュウ、だって僕が泣いたら誰がマリアを慰めるの？だから僕は泣かないよ。だってマリアに元気を出してもらいたいから。
Sakutaro!
元気を出したら
Oh my god.
ママは帰ってくるの？ママが帰ってきた時、元気なマリアで迎えてあげたらママはきっと喜ぶと思うな。ウリュウ、ママは喜ぶ？ウリュウ、そしたらきっとお仕事の
The Rosa household is just full of sad people. Yeah, it is. Two people who are two whole sad people.
そしたらきっといつもより早く元気になってくれて、マリアともいっぱい遊んでくれると思うな。マリアがママの待ってるお家へ帰ってきた時、ママが上機嫌で台所にいたらすごく幸せな気持ちになるでしょ？ママもきっと同じだよ。マリアがご機嫌でお留守番してたらママも幸せになるかな。ウリュウ。
Oh, Sakutaro nodded deeply with his big head. The tears couldn't keep falling from the tears kept falling from Maria's eyes. If she greeted Mama with a tear-stained face, Mama would probably get sad too.
マリアは知ってるよ。笑顔を呼ぶ魔法は自分も笑わなきゃできないってこと。マリアは知ってるよ。だからもう泣かない。ねえマリア、僕から楽しく過ごす提案があるよ。ウリュウ、聞いてくれる？何？ママが日曜日の深夜まで帰ってこないから。
The music stopped dead in its track. I'm scared.
だからママに内緒のパジャマパーティーをして遊ぼうよ。パジャマパーティー？今夜は眠くなるまでベッドの中でお菓子を食べたりジュースを飲んだりしながら僕と遊ぶの。パジャマパーティー？楽しそう。9時に寝なくていいの？寝ないとママに怒られない？ママがいない時だけの僕とマリアの秘密。
Oh, same as the secret of her taking Sakutaro with her,
だから
huh?
今夜はマリアが眠くなるまでずっと僕たちで楽しく過ごそう。ジェリービーンズを食べながら次は何の色を引くか当てっこして遊ぼう。ピーナッツを割ってどっちがおじいさんか当てて遊ぼう。 クローゼットの中を宝探ししよう。他にもオレンジジュースとメロンジュースを合わせたらどんな味になるかな。いっぺんやってみたかったけど、ママにやっていいって聞いたらダメって怒られた。ブリュー、ママに内緒で実験してみよう。今夜はいっぱい遊んで、いっぱい笑って、涙を元気で吹き飛ばしちゃおう。
Yes, you deserve
大
happiness.
丈夫、僕と一緒だから絶対に楽しいよ。僕が絶対にマリアを幸せにしてあげるから。サクタロと一緒なら絶対に楽しいよ。絶対に幸せになれるよ。ありがとう、サクタロ。もう泣かないね。とびきり楽しく2人で過ごして、思いっきり元気になって、ママをおかえりなさいって迎えちゃおう。うりゅー。
Oh, big lion,
今
yes.
夜はいっぱい遊んで、いっぱいご機嫌になっちゃおう。ママがいない夜にしか遊べない秘密のパーティーでいっぱい遊ぼう。僕たちが賑やかにしてたら、きっと鏡の国や不思議の国からたくさんの友達が遊びに来るよ。そしたらもう僕たちはお友達でいっぱいで退屈なんかできなくなっちゃう。
Oh, yes. I'm still kind of sad though, because you're so lonely. The only friends you can make is Sakutaro and imaginary friends, basically, or like in your own mind. This hurts me in a very deep and personal level, because it's pretty much the same. It was pretty much the same for me when I was growing up. Sure, I had like 1, 2, 3 school friends whom I liked, but I was still so intensively friendless and lonely that until I started hanging out on the internet, like on DeviantArt, and actually started meeting like friends that to this day I'm still friends with, I was constantly lonely in real life. The only escape I had was in drawing and in the characters in the media that I consumed. Basically, they were the only true big friends that I had. And Maria is basically doing the same thing. And I relate in such a deep level, it's not even funny. I know this is meant to be a happier thing for Maria, but for me, it's like hitting me with a knife directly into my heart. I shared a little bit of a personal thing now. I hope it didn't sound weird for people. But at least on the positive side, like I said, I tended to be more friends with my brother's friends, so I tended to hang out with the boys, let's say. But for my own, I basically never really had friends who shared my interests, much like how Maria had. Until I started going to DeviantArt when I was like 12, 13. Only then I started making more like-minded friends that I treasure very deeply to this day. Sorry about that tangent, I'll get back to reading. Then Maria began her pajama party all alone with Sakutaro, having fun until late into the night. She played by sticking her hand into the bag of jelly beans without looking, trying to guess which color she'd pull out next. Sakutaro had good intuition and got it right a lot. Maria also had a brilliant streak where she guessed right 4 times in a row. She's a bright child. The game where she split peanuts open and tried to guess which was the grandpa was easier than guessing the color of the jelly beans, so she got it right a lot. Sucking her salt-covered fingers was impolite, but that was the yummiest part. She liked both cola and melon soda on their own. She hoped that by mixing her 2 favorite drinks, there might be a flash of light like alchemy, and a new drink that no one had ever tasted before would be created. She got excited about how, if it turned out really delicious, she'd call it Sakutaro soda and sell it. But unexpectedly it had a weird taste that she hadn't hoped for. And the color was somewhat dull and thick. Maybe I shouldn't have been surprised that black and green mixed together would make this. Too bad, I imagined that it'd become a sparkling pineapple color. That's unfortunate. I was eating pineapple now, Maria. But it was an awesome, incredible, fun night. If it's this fun here, maybe Mama will feel like coming home and drop by out of the blue. So I got the feeling that Mama might suddenly come home and went to the front door many times to check, but there was no way Mama would be able to come home when she was this busy with work. But rather than a feeling of loneliness, it felt just a little disappointing that Mama couldn't join in on this fun late night party. Sometime soon I'll do this when Mama is around and let her join in. Mama likes some things I don't think are yummy, so maybe she'll really like Sakutaro soda. When Mama comes back tired, I'll serve her some. And more than anything, I want to at least write about this fun night in a letter and tell Mama about it, so that these feelings of happiness will reach Mama too. Her work is always so tough and she comes home so tired, so I hope I can share this happiness with her. Mama will almost certainly come home tired late Sunday night, and I hope I can brighten her day even just a little by sharing this happiness. I gently placed that letter on Mama's desk. To Mama, good job with your work again today. Let me share my happiness with you. From Maria. Then I decided to give a present to Sakutaro for proposing this wonderful party. It was a small red muffler I found when searching for treasure in the closet. When I was still very young, Mama knitted this tiny thing. Maria was embroidered on it with knitting wool. I softly wrapped that muffler around Sakutaro. It really suited him, accenting his yellow with red very well. Oh, you're so cute! Sakutaro looked embarrassed as he wore his first present ever. Yeah, it really looks good on him.
Sakutaro, いつも本当にありがとう。こんなにも楽しい夜になったよ。どうしてマリアは泣いてたのか、もう思い出せないくらい。これからも一緒にいようね。そしていつも楽しく遊んで笑っていようね。うりゅう、マリア大好き。
No!
マリアもだよ。サクタロ大好き。
Oh, I'm so sad. After playing so wildly, Maria's room was a mess. Maybe she played a little too much, but I'm tired for today, so let's sleep together. And tomorrow we'll clean up together and welcome Mama with a clean room. Alright, Sakutaro? Uryu. Uryu!
マリアは、マリアとサクタロはこんなにも幸せだよ。
これがマリアお姉ちゃんの幸せなの？
うん、マリアは幸せ。
ローザおばさんはあんなにも楽しみにして絶対だよと約束した映画の約束を完全に忘れてた。
お仕事で忙しかったからたまたま忘れちゃったんだよ。仮に覚えてたとしてもお仕事じゃどうしようもない。覚えてても覚えてなくてもどちらにせよママはお仕事でお泊まり。
Thinking about it, Maria and Anji are very similar in this regard, right? Like Anji grew up, at least she grew up with a lot of love first, until she was 6, with Butler, Kirie, and Rudolph. From the flashback, it appeared, like the very short flashback about her birthday, it appeared that even though Butler and Rudolph didn't get along, that at least Anji, Kirie, and Rudolph were a fun family, right? She did say those were the happiest times of her life, and then suddenly she has it all ripped away from her, and then has to live with Eva, who severely abused her. Like, I would even argue Eva was an even worse abuser than Rosa, or at least as presented thus far. Like, I understand why Eva would be like that after such intense trauma, and not being able to cope with it, and possibly like living with the fact that George was taken from her and that she couldn't handle it at all. But she kinda was given a hell life, yeah. And I can't imagine why Anji is more on the side that if a parent abuses you, then there is no redeeming qualities to them. And she does have a point. Often it is this way, and even though I do understand where Rosa comes from and see how Maria handles it, I still think that at the end of the day, the damage that Rosa gives to Maria is pretty bad. But at least according to episode 2 at the ending and thus far, it does look like Rosa could be willing to try, and even though she wouldn't change like overnight, I think she would eventually manage to get better. And all that. While Eva up to her deathbed tortured Anji, and that, yeah. Yeah. Eva was probably never ever going to change no matter what, and that's hard.
映画には行けなかった。約束を覚えてたかどうかなんて些細な問題だよ。
Before anyone asks, I'm not excusing Rosa and her abuse towards Maria. I am just saying that I can see where both are coming from, both kids. And I can see why Anji can see the relationship between Rosa and Maria in a good light because of her own experiences with Eva. There's no way that's a minor issue. After all, when Aunt Rosa answered movie on the phone, it was obvious that she completely forgotten her promise. And when she heard that, Maria One-chan's mood definitely darkened.
確かに、マリアお姉ちゃんの言う通り、ローザおばさんが約束を覚えていたとしても、結局映画には行けなかった。でも、それでも、お母さんとのささやかな休日を過ごす約束を一方的に忘れられていたなんて、私なら怒る。
悲しかったよ。たとえ覚えててくれたとしても、映画には行けなかったわけだから。でも、私はその後、サク太郎ととても楽しく夜を過ごした。エンジェもパジャマパーティーがすっごく楽しそうだって思ったはず。
楽しいわけなんかない。だって、この夜のマリアお姉ちゃんのはしゃぎぶりは、お母さんが帰ってこなくて寂しくて、それを忘れるためにわざと空騒ぎをしただけじゃない。
違うよ。サク太郎と本当に楽しくパーティーをしたんだよ。
いいえ、違う。お姉ちゃんは悲しくて約束を忘れてたお母さんが憎くて部屋で暴れただけじゃない。
That's probably how Anji sees it herself, and thinking about it, if Maria grew up to be Anji's age, I could see her thinking herself that way a little. But I still think Maria would be mostly still a positive child, but Anji has had a hell life.
書いてはいない。でもこの一行飛ばしで書いてある行間からお姉ちゃんの気持ちがわかるの。お姉ちゃんはこの夜を楽しくなんか過ごさなかった。それで言いつけを破って夜更かしをし、おやつの時間以外には食べてはいけないと。それでも悲しみが埋められなくて部屋の中で暴れて散らかしただけじゃない。そして部屋中を散らかして疲れ切って、そのままベッドのシーツをかきむしりながら泣き疲れて眠っただけ。
日記には確かにママが映画の約束を忘れてたらしいこと、そして私が夜更かしをしてサク太郎とパジャマパーティーをして宝探しで部屋を散らかしてしまったと書かれてるね。
ええ。マリアお姉ちゃんはローザおばさんの愛に飢えていた。そしてローザおばさんは自分の仕事や世間体ばかりを優先していつもお姉ちゃんを後回しにしていた。
Well, Rosa does partially admit to that in episode 2, so there is a little bit of truth in this.
だから虫唾が走るのよ。ローザおばさんのお姉ちゃんのことを愛しているという言葉がどれほど上辺だけのものか知っているから。
That though is false.
お姉ちゃんだって知ってるはず。なのになんで自分は幸せだなんて言えるの？マリアお姉ちゃんのそのあたりが私にはわからない。この年になってもさっぱり理解できない。
Anji probably comes from the side that she believes that the only reason someone would abuse you severally is because they hate you, which forever, in her perspective, is true. And while for Rosa, it's the more realistic depiction of abuse, right? Where it's very common that someone who loves you abuses you, and that's what makes it even more murky and harrowing, right?
どうして不幸な現実を知りながら自分は幸せだなんて言えるの？私にはできない。わからない。
エンジは悲しい子だね。
わけわかんない。どうして私が哀れまれなければならないの？
Because you had it way worse.
私の日記にはこんなにも楽しくパジャマパーティーの事実が記されているのに、同じ事実も異なる人間が観測すると異なる姿になってしまうんだね。
I remember talking about something like this with Bernkastel. Truth is unfixed and changes its form every time it's witnessed. By the way it's perceived, in other words, depending on the person who perceives it, a single truth becomes different truths. And truths of the past are painted over by truths of the future.
マリアはこの日記でこの夜の出来事をとても楽しかったと記した。
マリアお姉ちゃんはこの夜の出来事をとても幸せだったと記述した。
なのに日記を読んだエンジェはこの夜の出来事をとても悲しかったと読んだ。
マリアお姉ちゃんは幸せだと記述したのに、私はそうではないと読み解いた。
やめて。これは幸せな夜を記したものなの。
Probably because when Maria wrote it, it was.
これがこの夜の真実。お願いだからその幸せな真実を新しい、そして異なった真実で塗りつぶさないで。
マリアお姉ちゃんにはこれで幸せなの？
うん。
Basically, she's kind of interpreting things on her own and kind of like doing shoving things into one's mouth sort of thing.
幸せ。だから同じ境遇の時、幸せに感じられないエンジェがかわいそう。
Absolutely not. Whatever? No. Right now, it's like I'm like she was then. Just as isolated with no friends. But even worse. Anji had accepted her isolated reality for what it was. But Maria painted over her isolated reality with the reality of happiness. Basically, she coped with it. She found a coping mechanism to help. Ushirami and Maria took a sad truth and changed it into happiness. That was the only and yet very large difference between me and Maria One-chan. And even though I'm unable to accept it, I'm also jealous of that power.
そうなの。それは力なの。その力があるマリアは幸せになれて、その力がないエンジは幸せになれない。
Ouch!
その力は何なの？
Love!
マリアもその力を何と呼ぶかわからなかった。この時点ではね。
Love and optimism.
やがて
And
その正
coping
体を教え
mechanisms.
てもらうの。後に話すよ。後のページで。そして日曜日の深夜、ママは約束通りお土産を持って帰ってきた。
Which was?
ただいま。
Oh, she's exhausted.
ママ、おかえり。ママ帰ってきた。ママ帰ってきた。
Waiting to greet Rosa as she returned home all tired out, was Maria in an unbelievably good mood holding Sakutaro. Most likely, Rosa's worn-out expression was partly because she really was tired, but partially because it would be a pain when Maria, who should have been grumbling after staying home alone for several days, would cling to her, sobbing. However, when she was welcomed by an unbelievably happy Maria and found that her fears were unbelievably needless, Rosa couldn't hide her surprise.
どうしたのマリア。とてもご機嫌ね。誰か来ているの？
It was strange enough to make Rosa think that a friend had come over and that she'd come home right when they were having a good time playing together. But there were no other shoes by the entrance. Even though Maria was in such a high spirit, she had been home alone. At first, Rosa was suspicious that the cause of this unexpected good mood could be nothing good, but that really was a needless fear, and in any event, Maria really had been in a good mood while she watched over the house. Even if Rosa's heart had been as cold and hard as a rock after being welcomed with a smile like this, oh, ouch! Rosa started to honestly accept that smile, and with a smile rose to her own face automatically. In that smile, you could no longer see any of the wariness of someone who had been unable to return home for several days. Maria kept talking about what a fun time she'd had playing with her stuffed animal Sakutaro. Rosa really hadn't imagined that the stuffed animal she herself had given would be so appreciated, and she couldn't hide her pleased surprise.
そう、サク太郎と一緒に仲良くお留守番していたのね。偉いわマリア。そんな偉いマリアとサク太郎にお土産があるわよ。
お土産、お土産。
A present!
なんだろうね。
Both Maria and Sakutaro started jumping around. There were two presents. One contained an assortment of Western sweets. Inside was a Scotch cake. It looked to be of very high quality. But Maria was more interested in the other one. The other one was an even bigger box and it was pretty heavy.
開けてごらん。マリアとサク太郎の新しいお友達になれるかもね。
はあ、何これ？何これ？
Toys? A plush? Inside lay there like chess pieces were about 20 small ceramic figures shaped like animals. Squirrels, rabbits, small birds, dogs, and cats. And they were all holding musical instruments. Oh, that's cute! In addition to them, there was also a panorama-style background. A forest scene was drawn on it. A small forest animals were gathered in a plaza and looked like they were having a good time. Rosa set it up on the table, and when she then lined up the ceramic figures like chess pieces in front of it, it became a band of forest animals.
素敵でしょ。お店のショーウィンドウで見て一目惚れしちゃったの。これをいい子でお留守番してたマリアにプレゼントするわ。
ありがとうママ。すごいねサク太郎。
Oh, ay.
お友達
I'm
が
in
こんなに増え
pain.
ちゃったね。
Did I miss anything? Oh, hi, Amivio. Sorry. Yeah, you missed me crying. You missed me crying in like 2 portions.
サク太郎の言う通りだった。
But otherwise, you didn't miss all that much, I guess.
楽しく賑やかに過ごしてたらお友達が増えちゃうって本当だった。ね、言った通りでしょ。ほらね、お友達が増えた。ほらね、お友達が増えた。うりゅー。
Relieved that her gift had been appreciated, Rosa remembered that she'd been filled with several days of weariness.
ママ、本当にお疲れ様。シャワー浴びてくるといいよ。あったかいの浴びるときっと疲れが取れるよ。湯船にする？マリアが今日は入浴剤を選んであげるね。
ありがとう。でももう遅いからマリアは寝る支度をなさい。
Oh.
ママも疲れたからシャワーだけ浴びてすぐ寝るわ。明日も早いし。うん、
わかった。はいママ、コート脱がしてあげる。
大丈夫だってば。ありがとう。ママ
のコート、お外の匂いがいっぱいする。ごめん、何か落とした。
Uh-oh.
拾うね。
When she took Rosa's coat, a receipt or ticket stub or something fell out. Oh, it had been in Mama's pocket, so it was probably important. Maria hurriedly picked it up. It looked like a ticket for the green car or the Shinkansen or something. Atami? Wasn't that a place famous for its hot spring? Oh my fucking Christ! At the moment with a razor-sharp sound, the warm atmosphere shattered. Oh my god. Instead of the Rosa who had been there just a second ago, enjoying the gift with her daughter and recovering from her weariness with a long-awaited return home, there stood a person who looked exactly the same, but who had a completely different, terrifying expression on her face. This never goes well. Indeed it doesn't. I already cried once today. I don't have the energy. No! In her hand was the ticket stub that Maria had picked up. Mama wants a break. Don't question me, child. Ugh. She had stolen it from Maria's hand in an instant. Just a few seconds too late, by the pain of her hand that had been hit. And her mother's expression? Maria realized that she must have done something wrong. Oh no. But she didn't know what she had done that had gotten her into trouble. It's probably because of the ticket stub-like thing. Was she not supposed to touch it? Even though she had tried so hard to welcome Mama with fun and happiness, she had touched something important to Mama without asking and had ruined that pleasant atmosphere. So Maria apologized immediately. Even though she must have heard those words of apology, Rosa's expression actually darkened. Maybe those weren't the words she had been hoping for. Maria didn't know what to do and stared at her mother's reaction. Oh no, 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 no. And then even though it should have been such an important ticket stub, Rosa crushed it and hurried off to her room. Maria didn't really understand what she had done wrong. Oh no.
Maria, きっと余計なことをしたんだね。
Oh.
あの紙はきっとママのお仕事の大切なものだったんだね。
Oh no. So she wasn't busy with work, she was at the hot springs.
それに勝手に触っちゃったから。
Oh god.
ウリュウ、マリアは悪くないよ。だから今夜だってこんなにも幸せ。うん、幸せ。ママだってお風呂に入ってすっきりしたらいつもの優しいママに戻ってくれるよ。だから気にしちゃダメ。ウリュウ。そうだね。ママだって疲れてるんだもんね。うん、気にしちゃダメだね。今夜だってマリアたちはこんなにも幸せ。
Is this the page you want to leave Anji on? She's like, Anji, I'm gonna show you something happy, and then she shows that, and she's like, I wish you didn't.
見てられない。エンジェは幸せの見つけ方が間違ってると思うよ。
I mean, this isn't necessarily the best thing.
間違ってるのはお姉ちゃんでしょ。これのどこが幸せだってのよ。もう痛々しくて見てられない。
何が？ママが急に怒り出したこと？人間疲れていればそういうこともあるものだよ。
I mean, she has a point, but
一時の感情のすれ違いだけで相手を全否定するのってエンジは大人じゃないと思うよ。
9歳のマリアお姉ちゃんに言われるとはね。でもそんなことじゃないでしょ。もうお姉ちゃんが拾ったあの判件明らかにおかしいじゃない。
何が？何もおかしくないし今夜の幸せと何も関係ないよ。
Yes, it does.
ローザおばさんは仕事で会社に泊まり込むって電話してきたんでしょ。
Well, she lied.
なんで熱海？それって旅行でしょ。マリアお姉ちゃんを置き去りにして旅行に行ってたってことでしょ。しかも普通旅行って言ったら一人では。
あれが仮に熱海行きの件だったとしても
Maria just needs a therapist. Yeah, she does. And so does Rosa. Like, Rosa desperately needs a therapist.
だからってママが嘘をついて旅行に行った証拠にはならないよ。
電話で嘘をついてあんなにも形相変えて奪い取って何よりの証拠じゃない。
昔の仕事で出張した時のものかもしれないよ。あるいはゴミか何かをたまたまポケットに入れちゃっただけかも。部下の人が出張した時の領収書かもしれないね。
This is extremely sad because basically Maria is trying to make sense of this in a way that won't make her sad. Like, I think Anji is at least right about this.
だったら仕事の大切なものおもちゃじゃないんだからママが取り上げたのもうなずけるよ。エンジェの言う証拠なんて単なる状況証拠。想像と妄想。どうしてマリアとママの仲が悪くなるように解釈するのかわからないよ。
That's because it kinda does.
どうしてお姉ちゃんがそこまでローザおばさんの都合がいいように解釈できるかの方がわからない。
No, because then she has to realize that Rosa did actually leave her for a while.
やっぱり
But we do know that Maria has a capability to realize this, because in episode 2, at the end, she did cast away her way of seeing Rosa, that when Rosa is being cruel and neglectful, that it's a witch and not her mother. But at the end of episode 2, she realized that her mom is kind of shitty, but she's the only mom that she has.
君を幸せにしてくれるかけらはこんなにもたくさん身の回りに落ちなのに不幸せなかけらばかり見つけてしまって傷つき続けている。だからエンジは傷つくことに怯え、傷つけるものが身の回りにないかどうか、それを確かめ終わるまで幸せ探しすら始められない。
Oh yeah, trust issues, intimacy issues, I got those. I relate, Anji.
話をしてるとおかしいのがどっちかわからなくなってくるわ。
幸せのかけらも不幸せのかけらもどちらもいっぱいあって世界を満たしてるの。だから身近の幸せが見つけられない人はどこまで探しに行っても見つけられない。チルチルとミチルが青い鳥を探したみたいに。
そうね、そういう教訓の話だった。
エンジェはその正反対、不幸せなかけらが全くない世界を探してる。でもそれだって青い鳥と同じなんだよ。だから永遠にエンジェは自分の幸せを見つけられない。
Basically, you must accept suffering, otherwise you will never find happiness.
バトラはヘンゼルなの？青い鳥なんじゃないの？
もういい加減にして。いずれにせよ、幸せな夜がコートから落ちた一枚の紙切れで台無しになったことを。
怖いね。一枚の紙切れで。なら幸せを取り戻す力も一枚の紙切れに宿れるかもしれないよね。
Oh? Just when she'd finally been able to communicate with Maria after so long, Rosa's face twisted with a mixture of anger, sadness, and a fierce self-hatred as she flew into her room and closed the door. Maria's sorry had sliced into her chest sharper than a knife. At that time, she noticed a cute envelope placed on her study table. It was probably something that had come with a girl's magazine. I can't find happiness when you go through hardships, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's true. To Mama, let me share my happiness with you, it said. She took it, and after hesitating, opened it and read what was inside. Then, after letting 2 large tears drip down the paper, she flew out of the room, hugged Maria from behind as she headed for the bathroom, buried her face into her daughter's back, and cried. Oh, stop! Then realized that she was the one who should be apologizing. She apologized. Why is Mama apologizing? There was no answer to that question.
ほら、もう仲直り。あんなの、ママとマリアの仲良しの前には全然気にすることないんだよ。
私にはマリアお姉ちゃんの幸せは辛すぎる。
エンジェの気持ちも一応は理解するよ。マリアだってこの力に気づくまでは今のエンジェと同じで不幸なかけらしか見つけられない気の毒な子だったから。
おー。
その力って何？
My coping mechanism.
私になくてお姉ちゃんにはある。そしてそれがないから私は不幸でお姉ちゃんは幸福だというの？
うん。エンジェはそれが知りたいんだよね。だから私の物語をここまでもちろんだよ。教えてあげる。この力の秘密を。そして私は昔幼いエンジェにちゃんと教えてあげたんだよ。忘れちゃってる？大丈夫。思い出せるよ。今から私が。彼女が教えてあげる。
She? Whom?
彼女って誰？
わらわがそれをマリアに代わって教えよう。
What are you doing? I'm scared.
ベアトリーチェ。
マリアにはあってそなたにはない力。
うん、マリアにあってエンジェにない力。
It's magic. Maria and Beato said it together, and then they started giggling because they said it at the same time. It was an innocent reaction, one that didn't seem like Beato at all. Magic! Black tea was arranged on a table in a peaceful garden, and Beato, Maria, and Sakutaro, who was sitting on Maria's lap, were having fun chatting.
ほう、そうか。サク太郎と申すか。そなたの一番の友人とな。
ウリュウ、はじめまして、サク太郎と申します。おう、
He's so cute!
サク太郎は人見知りするから緊張してるの。大丈夫だよ。ベアトリーチェもマリアの素敵なお友達なんだよ。ウリュウ、マリアの友達は僕も友達？うん。
The scarf really adds to the charm. It absolutely does.
ウリュウ、じゃあ僕もベアトリーチェの友達？
Yes.
ウリュウ。
マリアにとってはこのようなことは日常においてよくあることなのか。
お、何が？
このように無機物に魔法の魂を込め生よそなたの日常においては左半時なのか。
Yes.
おお、サク太郎は無機物じゃないよ。ライオンの子だよ。
Yes.
うりゅ
うぬいぐるみはよりしろとして優秀だ。ゆえに毒を持たぬ無垢な子供が話しかけることによってそれに応えようとする精霊が宿ることが少なくない。
Oh. According to Beatrice, every time a child plays with dolls, the dolls actually gain a will and converse with them, sometimes even moving by their own will. However, because of their innocence, the power imbued into such a vessel is very weak. If they get struck with even a tiny bit of the toxin from a human's common sense, which says there's no way a doll can talk or move, they instantly revert to being non-speaking dolls.
しかしそなたのそのサク太郎というぬいぐるみは違う。
It's called destroying imagination for kids. Reality sucks.
サク太郎はぬいぐるみだけどぬいぐるみじゃない。ウリュウ、ライオンの子。ウリュウ。
Yes.
サク太郎はライオンの子だけどまだ子供だから時々ガオーって言えないの。ウリウリウリウリウリウリウ。
Gazing at Maria, who was playing around with Sakutaro by the table loaded with tea, Beatrice let out a sigh of admiration.
サク太郎とやらはその布地と綿のよりしろを核に完全に人間界に権限している。自らの人格を持ち召喚者と自在に対話をししかも自らの意志で動いている。しかもさらに驚くべきはそれが異界の人物を名指しして呼び寄せたものではなくマリアがゼロの海から生み出したものという点だ。
After that, Maria boasted to Beato that Sakutaro wasn't her only friend, and that she had many more of them back at home. It seemed there were other similar stuffed animals and dolls who could talk and move of their own will like Sakutaro. It was something natural for Maria. It was natural for stuffed animals to talk, move, and become her friends of their own will. When she saw that Maria accepted this as something natural, as a witch, Beatrice felt a respect bordering on awe.
Maria.
That power of yours is magic?
魔法なの？マリアはまだ魔女見習いだから魔法なんて使えないよ。
She has a talent.
魔法だ。それを自覚して使えぬから未だ見習いなのであろうが、それにしても大した魔力。そなたの友人 作太郎の権限こそがその立派な証であるぞ。
権限って
Manifestation。
そなたの場合は想像と呼んでも良いであろうな。他人の手にあっては何の魂も持たぬ無機物がそなたの魔法によって魂を吹き込まれている。しかもそれを強力な力で人間界に留めている。これほどまでに魔法を否定する毒気に満たされた現代において、一個の生命体足り得るほどに権限できる魔力はわらわとて容易なことではないわ。
It isn't hard to give birth to any number of soulless beings. However, giving birth to a being with a soul is very difficult. This is what Beato asserted.
ベアトが言うのがよくわかんない。サク太郎がすごいってこと？
Yes, he's amazing and a baby and I love him.
そなたが共に素晴らしいということだ。誇ってよい。なるほど。金蔵の最も欲したものはそなたに一番
魔法少女マリアトリス Yes。
なんでベアトにそんなに褒められるのかさっぱり。ねえサク太郎、うりゅー。
真に驚嘆すべきはぬいぐるみに魂を宿したことだけではないのだ。それにより自己の世界観まで変化させた。そなたは無より有を生じる力が群を抜いている。
She really has a talent.
1を100にすることはたやすい。しかし0から1を生じることはたやすくはない。そなたが一人前の魔女になったなら、わらわと双璧どころかわらわとて一目置かざるを得ない大魔女に成長するであろう。
Yes, Maria has the power.
原初の魔女。そなたの
A Witch of Origins. Oh, that's a cool title.
楽しみだ。
ベアトに魔女の才能あるって褒められた。よかったねマリア。ウリュウ、ベアト、マリアを褒めてくれてありがとう。
礼には及ばぬぞ、作太郎。その赤いマフラーは実に似合っているぞ。そしてそなたのような友人を生み出せるそなたの主人の才能に嫉妬する。
ウリュウ、マフラー褒めてくれてありがとう。これマリアにプレゼントしてもらったの。僕のお気に入り。
まさにそなた専用のマフラーになるために生まれてきたようなサイズであるな。これはわらわも新しき友人に何かプレゼントを贈らねばなるまい。
ほう、ベアトがサク太郎にプレゼントを。
魔女の贈り物は魔力あるものと決まっておる。ならばそなたの友人がいつまでもそなたの友人でいられるよう、そしてそなたともっと楽しく遊べる。
That's one of the titles that can send a chill down your spine. And I kinda can.
わらわの魔力を贈ろう。
But I believe in Maria's case it would be rather something more
さ
positive.
らに強く権限することができる。
Yes, come here. What you gonna do?
サク太郎ともっともっと楽しく遊べるようになるの？どうやって？
What you gonna do?
なんだろうマリア、それって怖いこと？エルフィ、大丈夫だよ。ベアトは怖いことなんて何もしないよ。ね、ベアトリーチェ。
ピンカピンカ。ね、Yes. Yes, my cat is here now too. And she sniffed the microphone.
さて、より強く権限するにはより強いイメージが必要であるな。
My cat is my Sakutaro, basically.
さてさて、どうしたものか。
Elfie, what you doing? Hi, Kitty. Yes. Welcome. Oh, that was her. baby. Beato crossed her arms and thought about what she could do to please them even more. Then, right there, was the form of yet another witch. It was Beato's teacher, Virgilia. Virgilia truly was a great witch. Since Maria already thought of Beato as a great witch, this person Beato called the Great Witch must have been a great witch. Oh my god. According to Beato, she still didn't even rise up to this witch's feet when it came to magical power.
おやおや、賑やかな声が聞こえてくると思ったら、楽しそうなお茶会ですこと。おお、お師匠様。ちょうどいいところへ。このライオンの子を見てほしい。マリアの新しい友人だそうだ。可愛らしいライオンさんですね。
Yes.
ご挨拶はできるのかしら。はじめまして。こんにちは。
ウリュウ、サクタロウと申します。
Oh, Sakutaro fell to Maria's lap, greeting Virgilia with half of his face poking out of over the edge of the table. How cute. Seems he was very nervous since this was a witch that even Beato called a teacher. Oh.
可愛らしい名前だこと。
Yes.
上手な挨拶ができたご褒美に。
It's a very adorable name. After having her hands about, Virgilia held the palm of her hand upwards as though she was lightly grabbing at the empty air. Then she heard she held her fist out in front of Sakutaro. When she opened her fist, there was one of those individually wrapped cough drops.
雨だよマリア、すごいすごい。よかったねサクタロウ、ちゃんとお礼を言ってね。ウリュウ、飴をどうもありがとうございます。
Yes. Cute baby. Even though Virgilia was a great witch, she still treated a stuffed animal like Sakutaro to an elegant greeting.
しかしお師匠様。
タピシン。
のど飴とはまたババ臭い。せめていちごミルクのキャンディーとか出ないのかよ。
Cough drops are great.
これはひどい。もうあなたには飴をあげませんよ。悪い悪い。
I'll give you mackerel instead.
さて、マリア。そなたの魔導書を出すのよ。もちろん筆記用具も。
出すよ。何か書くの？
おや、何を始めるのですか？
I agree, cough drops tasty. They are! I just had one while I started the stream.
よりしろに異界の住人を権限させる魔法。あれの応用で
Mackerel candy.
このマリアの友人を権限させる力をより強めることができるのではないかと思ってな。
Also, yes, magic is real.
それを
It has to be.
マリアの友人への贈り物としたい。なるほど。すでに権限している存在ならそう難しいことではないでしょう。では、私もささやかですが協力しましょう。
My cat keeps sniffing the microphone. Yep, there she goes.
お師匠様が立ち会い人にサインしてくれる魔法なら心強い。
ミカ。
喜べ、マリア。これは素晴らしい贈り物になるぞ。
ウリュウ？何が始まるの？
What's happening? Also, I used to get these cube-shaped cinnamon cough drops suckers that were freaking amazing. Oh, that sounds great. Really want one of those right now. I kind of want to try one of those too now.
わかんない。でも怖くないと思う。なんだろうね、楽しみだね。
Beato borrowed the grimoire from Maria's handbag and majestically flipped through the pages. Then she found an empty page among those with magic circles drawn on them and flattened it out. After gazing at Sakutaro with a grin, she suddenly started moving with her pen. It was something like a written declaration made by witches to a higher order world. It was magic whose effect could be controlled if Beatrice wrote it and if Beatrice wrote and Virgilia signed. What you doing? Maria didn't understand what Beato was writing at first, but partway through, her eyes began to sparkle. What is she drawing? Good question. But even oh wait, sorry. Sakutaro was on her lap, so he didn't know what was being written on the table. But even if he had seen, Sakutaro probably wouldn't have understood.
力ある書面の筆記においてこの子の才能は素晴らしい。あなたになら魔界の書記官すら務まりそうですよ。
Yofi, what you doing?
これでどうか。まずまずであろう。
What you got? What did you draw? And then she drew something like the Sanic. After finishing her writing with an intense amount of concentration, Beata looked over the document again from a distance. Seemed she was fairly satisfied with her work. And Mari, who was also peeking in at it, let out a cry of wonder.
Oh, 黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの名においてマリアの子サク太郎をお師匠様立ち会い人にサインを頼むぜ。
Oh my god, what's happening?
はいはい、我が名においてこの先生に立ち会い認めるものなりできましたよ。
Maria signed, completing the written declaration. It was a document with the power to proclaim to the beings of the higher world that Sakutaro had most certainly materialized in the human world. Sakutaro, who had been born from Maria, was nominated by the two witches, Beatrice and Virgilia. Just now his existence had been acknowledged by the higher world. That itself was the great magic of materialization. According to Beato, it was apparently quite fortunate that Virgilia was there. After all, depending on the number and quality of witches that signed proclamations to the higher world, the power that resided in them could change drastically. Virgilia in particular had many friends in that higher plane, so her signature gave the proclamation of power with which Beato couldn't even compare.
この宣言書により、汝作太郎を自がある一個人と認める。そしてその存在をマリアージュ・ソルシエールの条約に従い、友人、今より作太郎は我ら共通の友人だ。
Our common friend.
それにふさわしき姿を贈り物としてそなたに贈ろう。受け取るがよい。
What's happening? With the grimoire still open to the page of the proclamation, she turned it around and handed it to Maria. Maria showed it to Sakutaro on her lap. When Sakutaro beheld that proclamation, he felt something hot and bright beginning to dwell in his body made of cloth and cotton. Even as he looked around, nervous at the sensation he'd never felt before, that power strengthened, and eventually a bright light completely swallowed him up. Whoa, what's happening? God. The graphics. Then when the light disappeared, there Maria's friend Sakutaro had a new form and existed. Adoption papers are out. No, he's so cute. Oh my god. I'm becoming a lion mom.
とても可愛らしい姿ですよ、サク太郎ちゃん。マフラーがチャームポイントだと思ってな。あとは耳だ。
Yes.
獣耳はいいぞ。実に可愛い。後でわらわにもかじらせよ。
Beato is totally the type of person to make a persona. A wild Satoshi appears. He does have a little bit of a similarity to Satoshi. You do have a point. Way too cute. Cuteness overload indeed. Beatrice is a degenerate confirmed. Indeed. She would also draw Sanic. One of us. One of us. Indeed. Yes. Beato is one of us.
そなたの素晴らしき魔法と友人に敬意を表したまでよ。そしてこの域にまで達したそなたはもはや見習いをいつ卒業してもおかしくない。今日よりさらに新しく楽しい魔法を伝授してやろう。これより原初の魔女見習いのマリアと名乗るがよい。
Maria with all caps. Witch of Origins is anything but standing. Nothing would stop him. No, she would do it. We all know she would.
造物種の道を求める魔女の称号よ。今は身の回りの小物に魔力を吹き込む力しか持たぬエンチャンターでしかない。しかし1000年の修行を経たならば、その胸の内より魔法体系はおろか銀河を生み出すことも夢ではあるまい。
To create whole worlds. Ooh.
原初の魔女の才能はとても希少。幼き日には誰もが持つのに誰も持ち続けることができない。
Yes, the power of imagination.
この称号はあなたが汚れなき心を失わなかったことの証でもありますね。
Tainted by boring, dull reality.
原初の魔女すごい。なる。マリア、原初の魔女見習い。マリア、すごいね、すごいね。原初の魔女、すごいすごい。うりゅう。
Yes.
やがては一人前の原初の魔女マリア教を名乗ることになろう。作太郎だけでなく、そろそろそなたもその格にふさわしい身なりをしても良い頃であろうな。それ、見習いとはいえ魔女の名を語るにふさわしき服装を与えよう。
When Beato waved the pipe that was her cane, many gold butterflies that had appeared out of nowhere grouped around Maria, giving her a wonderful dress. Oh, you're doing great, baby! She looks so good! The ribbon is silly, but she looks great! Oh, certainly was fitting for the witch who had eventually taken the name of the Witch of Origins, combining both cuteness and dignity.
すごい。Look at that! すごいすごいすごいすごい。
Yes, you
かわ
are.
いいかわいい。このお洋服、ママにも見せたい。ダメ？
Yay!
魔女の清掃はみだりに見せてはならぬぞ。
Oh.
もったいぶった方が価値が出るというもの。
Then the great witch, the witch's apprentice, Jesus, that's a lot of witch in one sentence, and their new friend Sakutaro enjoyed a lively tea party.
ね、私はこんなにも幸せだよ。そしてこんなにも楽しい。
Yes!
幸せになることをどうか恐れないで。幸せになるというのは今の不幸を受け入れるという意味じゃないの。今の不幸の中に幸せを新しく生み出すということなの。
Oh, she's correct on that.
原初の魔法。
私は今の自分の世界を認めたくなかった。こんなにも孤独で辛い世界を肯定するのが許せなかった。だからマリアお姉ちゃんの世界に惹かれながらも最後の一戦で受け入れられなかった。
Aww. That's sad.
教えてあげる。マリアの原初の魔法を。いいえ、教えたことがあったはず。そしてあなたにも使えたはずなんだよ。忘れちゃった？エンジェだってマリアージュ・ソルシエールに名を連ねる魔女の見習いだったでしょ。
Oh, was there a time where Anji was like that?
そうだったわね。
Man, but then Eva came in with the harsh reality and the news that her parents died.
私もそこに名を連ねていることがあったっけ。
What happened though? When did she denounce magic? If that's the case. Oh, perfect spot to end on. I was already like wondering when I would get an eye catcher basically. So because I wanted to slowly end the stream for tonight because I don't want to overextend my throat. The world 12 years later. We'll continue this next time when I finally come back from my break. Alright, let's save.
ええ、あれは忘れもしない。
I always save twice just in case, so here we go. Okay. I am...
1987年4月のことです。
Shut up, I'm going. Yes. Alright, everybody. That will be it for tonight, and also I just noticed the chat disappeared. Oops! Okay, there it is. Good stream. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Let me check something. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Alright, so as I said at the start of the stream, I will be taking a break after today's stream. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, there likely won't be any streams, including any Umineko streams, especially Umineko streams, because I went to the throat doctor and my throat turns out to be heavily inflamed and super busted. So I'm going to have to spend the next 2-3 weeks taking medicines and resting my throat, so no talking for a while. If I stream, then it's probably going to be like an art stream here and there, or something that doesn't require much talking. But Umineko I'm going to have to put off until April, or until like end of March, so that I can rest my throat. If I'm lucky, I'll be better sooner, but I can't guarantee anything as of now. So, I hope this one stream was fun and it's going to hold out for everyone else. And in case you run into Umineko shortage, I still have other VODs on YouTube, and I'll probably even have the time to work on stuff that I want to work on. Plus, I might have time to edit clips and post them on YouTube, so maybe there's that. Alright, get well soon. Thank you, I will do my best to rest my throat as quickly as possible. I didn't cough as much today, so that's kind of good. So the schedule that I had posted that went until next week is now null and void. All of those streams are cancelled for now. And I will keep you guys updated on Twitter. I'll still post regularly. It's just that streams will be... I'll just take a break from streams specifically. But you guys can still find me on YouTube and on Twitter, so I'll be active there still. That'll be about it. Let me wrap up and finish the stream for tonight. Then, I'm not sure if I have anybody to raid right now. Let me check. Eddie is streaming right now, but I do know he goes offline. No, stop! Let me see if he about 3 hours in. Okay, let's raid Eddie. Fuck it. If he goes offline soon, then whatever. Okay, guys. See you. Bye. Bye bye. See you in a few weeks. Love y'all.